welcome to Liverpool 12th Man Show. We are live and direct for finally Friday / ratings and match review show and just anything that you guys want to talk about. You know, it's all free game because it is finally Friday. And we have Lee and Alante with us. We might have some others joining us as well. But for now, it's the fearsome threesome right here. So we are going to do our best to entertain and also assess, a game I thought was a very, very good game. For some, possibly one of the better games we've performed all year, and has certainly booked our ticket to what Brian was calling, or a lot of people do call it, Anfield South, aka Wembley. And we are looking forward to that. So we want to talk about this game, talk about possibly give a little bit of a sneak peek at our upcoming game as well. And, engage with your conversation in the chat, engage with the conversation with our panel. That's what we do, and that's what we're going to get done today. We're going to introduce the panel here. Alante, big up. How are you doing today?
Yeah, all good. Thanks, 12 and Lee, and big up the chat. Good evening to everyone.
Yes. Big up to Abdul. I see you very much so. Same to you. Big up.
Big up, Abdul.
I'm well, and I hope that you are well as well, my Red, for sure. Big up to Cedric as well. And Lee, how are you doing today?
Good, thanks, mate. Really pleased with the performance yesterday, so looking forward to getting stuck into it.
Yeah. I mean, it's always fun to talk about a game where you can certainly say we were really, really dialed in for the most part. There were maybe little segments of the game that, Spurs maybe one or two segments of the game, but for the most part, I would say we held on to the momentum of the game ourselves the entire game. I would go as far as to say. Would you disagree with that, Lee? Would you disagree with that?
No, I thought it was really good the way we controlled the game yesterday. I felt we didn't really give them any chances, which really pleased me more than anything. Because going into some hard games, if we can keep that up where we give a minimum of chances away. I mean, I don't think they had a shot, did they, until about the 80th minute? A shot on target until about the 80th minute, and that says it all, really, doesn't it?
I agree with that completely. Who's watching United and Leicester? That's a good question. Anyone that likes bottom of the table football, I guess. But big up Bonkers, big up. That's just a joke, Bonkers. But Lante, same question to you. Is that something that yesterday? What was your feelings and vibes? We do our viral match reaction. We obviously get those feelings out, and we allow for it to be just that, raw, uncut, and then you watch the game back, and maybe you get a better assessment of the game and the likes. I don't know if you watched the game back or not. I did watch the game over because I enjoy watching 4-0 victories, but as opposed to some of the games where I had to watch us either draw or even lose. Yeah, those are tough to watch back.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Last season.
Yeah, but you learn something all the same from those matches. Anyway, you get a real proper assessment as to why we might have drawn or lost. But in this one, we get an assessment of why we were so quote unquote clinical, as we want to say. But what was your assessment of the game yesterday?
Yeah, shout out to Cedric as well. Big up for the obviously Sean Love shows lower man in the chat, catch him in all the channels and the rest of the chat. Look, my assessment of the game is before pre-hand, expecting us to do this, but Liverpool FC Football Club, they never make the semi-finals easy. we always have to make it through some wind or rain to get to these finals. So yeah, I'll put two in, but I was a bit nervous. The first half, we were good. We didn't create any before the goal, clear cut chances. Nunes with a header. There was a cross that nearly Salah with a little cross come shot that went past the post. We're dominating. Spurs didn't really do anything of note apart from do a rugby score, one shot up over the bar. So and then Richarlison was being a little pest, which was annoying. I see rival fans moaning about, oh, VVD should have got sent off. I mean,
Oh,
Let of the law, that rubbish. Yeah, just
I
like
saw that
scratching at
too.
straws. In yeah, 12. I mean, yellow card at must. But Richarlison, what was annoying me, we were letting him hold the ball a little bit more to lay it off. Although he didn't do anything, but that was annoying. But again, that little rat, look what happened to him off the pitch. Bye bye. See you later. Back to the bottom of the pit where you belong. So we controlled it. You know, we kind of. I thought our passing was a bit sloppy at times, but there's opportunities to go. I thought what I would say, Salah had some game intelligence. And if you watch the game, I watched it back, I saw it. There were two. Tottenham were defending a little bit deeper, understandably, but Salah drew two men. So it was Son and who was on the left, Spence. He drew them out, and that created space for Bradley. And he got Bradley in 3 or 4 times, but the crosses just weren't up to par.
Mhm.
And then the first goal, I mean, I'm not gonna go over what happened yesterday. Lucky or whatever, the cross, yeah. You know, Salah's outside the fort, should be defended. Jones was there, in there, but a great first time finish from Cody. A great first time finish. And then it was just game on. Spurs were just non-existent. Second half, I thought we stepped it to the middle. We put it through. I mean, Nunes, my God, look, people want to say about Nunes, but dude, I mean, he didn't. He had about another chance which Bradley crossed, and he had a snapshot, which again, his first time, he couldn't do much. He probably Bradley was probably aiming, but dude, Salah, Nunes' pace and determination got that penalty. That should have been a goal itself. And then Salah, with Mo, I mean, again, mate, you could put Buffon, you could have put Van der Sar, you ain't stopping that.
Yeah.
That was just Mo. And then again, we just took control of the game, to be honest, 12. And then obviously Cody should have squared to Nunes to get his well-deserved goal at the post. But you know, it happens. And then the third goal, that's my favourite goal of the night. The movement, you know, it was a knife with a D to McAllister who's on as a sub. I thought Curtis played well, though others fought others. I thought he played well. And then McAllister, I mean, the young boy Bradley, honestly, we'll get into him later, but Bradley Sobol, 3-0, game done, and then he's just cruise control time. And then we still could have created chances. Jota, Gakpo again, we could have scored more. And then the captain, the head honcho, the best centre back in world football, my Premier League goal, 12. You know what I'm talking about. Agent sitting next to Richard Hughes in the crowd. Virgil van Dijk got his goal and had an overall outstanding ovation coming off. And
Yeah.
mate, I think we had more levels. 12. I think we had more levels. But
Yeah.
Tottenham, I will give them the fact they had injuries. But Les Ferdinand made a great point. He said even if Tottenham had all the Madisons, the Romeros, Mickey Van Vlees, he said you're not stopping this Liverpool team, and I respect that. We were on it. We were on it the game, but second half, mate, honestly. So, look, happy, content. We're at Wembley again. We got a chance to defend the Carabao Cup. But I'm staying humble because of PTSD of last season. Is we still got a way to go. So yeah, but very happy about yesterday.
Okay. Okay. Big up to everyone joining us. I see Bonkers bring up and Abdul bring up the sheer fact of what you just spoke on about 0 shots on target by the Spurs yesterday, by Tottenham. Absolutely a travesty, you know, to see that was the case for them, because that shows a lot of what they've done. I don't know. We spoke on it before about how they have transitioned mid-season, maybe because of injuries, but also primarily because of the results they've been getting. And they've gone from a very high octane, high output style team to this. I'm speaking on Tottenham at least, to this now conservative, if not at points low block perception of their game. And you could see by the way that they brought out their midfield and how the midfield that he went with wasn't a midfield that was very offensive minded. It was more of a defensive minded midfield. They were trying to balance, and you could even see towards parts and points of the game where they weren't even. It reminded me somewhat of what Forest was doing against us, in that they did not care that we had possession. There was one point where I saw on there that we had 72% possession of the ball at one point, and I'm like, that's how you expect to score or get some type of result from that is pretty wild. But them pretty much hoping to hold on to a 1-0 lead at Anfield, a place where they have a absolutely abysmal record, that's something. That's bold choice. That's one of those situations where you're just like, good luck to you. Good luck to you. Big up to Daryl, by the way. Hope that you're well, Daryl. Hope that you're definitely well. It's been a little while. And big up to Bernie, of course, one of our red jewels in the house. Big up, big up. Out of the goals that we saw yesterday, what was your favorite, or did you have a feel-good moment that's separate from the goals? Lee, what was in your mind? Did you have a feel-good moment, or was there even a goal that you were just like, that was your feel-good moment?
I really enjoyed Virgil's goal. Thought he deserved it because he had a really good performance and he's been playing well. He always plays well. That's what he does. I was just really pleased to see him score. We haven't seen a header for a while. Like, there's been a little bit fewer of them in recent times, but that's not on him really. Like, we just haven't done it. But it was nice to see him get on the score sheet from a corner. That was lovely.
Okay. How about for you, Devontae?
To be honest, I don't have any good field factors. I thought that, like, as I was saying, the third goal was just, for me, my favorite goal of the night. Apart from the standing ovation coming off, I thought that was good to see that. For Bradley, again, the tackle, the song, and then Jed Spence in this quick succession to get us a corner. For me, just typifies the young Northern Irishman. I think Brian would have been proud of that.
Okay. You enjoyed the Dominic Szoboszlai goal. As you're saying.
Yeah, the third goal. Yeah, the movement. Yeah, that was my favorite goal of the night.
Okay. I think for me it was all the goals were pretty well taken goals. Obviously, the Mohamed Salah's penalty kick was absolutely like disgusting, and that was just a sick goal. That there's no way anyone's stopping that. The Cody goal was just Cody being, on the spot, Agent Cody. That was a great goal. The Dominic Szoboszlai goal was well taken in the sense of the build-up play. I agree, and everything that was a part of that made up that goal, along with Dom's finish. But for me, I think that the Virgil goal was absolutely my favorite part and point, because we had 14 corners in this game. And I think that was like maybe the first time in all game that we got one corner that actually got to the head of Virgil van Dijk, and that's why I was just like, wow, it's about time. It's kind of a woosah moment or something, like, when you get to see a goal like that, because we should be doing better. I understand the conversion rate for corners isn't high at all. I think it's something like, in the teens, if not 20%, if not even lower, possibly in the teens, when it comes to percentages of corners that get actually converted into goals. but at least get an attempt. At least try to we should have a little bit more. I don't have the number. I'll look it up and see if there's even a stat for it. But the conversion of a corner to actually at least getting a player, one of our players, to have contact and have a shot that at least goes on goal, much less even get a contact to the ball, is what I'd like to see. Something more accurately be processed. So, and we've had a couple of occasions of that too. The Nottingham Forest game, for instance, we had a lot of corners in that game, and we were unable to really do much from the corners that we had in that game. And if we were just able to maybe have a little bit more, I guess, accuracy with our corners, the way that maybe, obviously Set Piece FC or whatever you want to call them, Stoke, Stoke 2.0 Arsenal does with their corners, maybe we'd have a little bit, different outcome in a couple of the games that we've had draws or losses in. But Brian's with us right now too. Big up, Brian. How you doing?
Yeah, good.
You're good. We were just talking about obviously the feel good moment, but also or if it was related to a goal, what was your favorite goal of the night from yesterday?
Oh, the favorite goal. The one when Bradley gave to Dama like that was good. That was a good goal.
Oh, the third one.
Third goal.
Yeah, that's what Nolante was saying too.
Yeah, that was a good goal. It was a good break. Good pass. Good. Yeah, it was good. Great movement from Bradley. Lovely quality. Kind of. Not just kind of a basic run on. Nice bit extra quality. Dom finishing. Yeah. I think that one, yeah. Just what you're saying on corners. About a year and a half ago was the last time I looked at the numbers, and the percentage of corners that lead directly to a goal, i.e., the corner taker kicks it, and the next touch is a goal, either a shot or a header, is around 1.5%.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the amount of corners that lead to a goal, say, after, say, a second touch or something like that, is probably only around 6-7%. But yeah, the amount of corners are actually the corner kicker takes it and the next touch, bang, is a header, is it will have gone up in the last year, so maybe around 2%. But yeah, it is very, very low. It is very, very low.
Spasla is coming alive right now, except for corners. His corners were dreadful. That's the only thing I agree with you. Red for life. He's bringing up the part and point about Dominic has really come into form, but basically his corners were something to. And he's not a bad corner taker. That's what's weird about it.
Yeah, he just hasn't took any for a while, has he?
Yeah.
Maybe he's not been practicing them in training.
Mm-hmm.
But I was really happy for Virgil to get his goal. I know Dom's goal was prettier, obviously the move was nice and that, but I like Virgil's goal. I just liked his reaction. It just cheered me up to see him scoring again on the score sheet. Happy about it. And then the quick rest at the end and he gets a standing ovation. Perfect for me, that. Give our captain a standing ovation that he deserves. And yeah, that was my feel-good moment for Virgil to score. I want to see the goals spread around. I want to see defenders on the score sheet.
Yeah, it is good to see him get on the score sheet. He was asked that. I don't know. I don't know if you saw the interview, Brian, or not, but there was a interview with Troy. Troy did an interview with Virgil for CBS.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I saw that.
Oh man, it is funny. If you get an opportunity, I don't know if you saw or not, but if you didn't, you take the opportunity to see it because you can see he's interviewing Virgil, and Virgil's just in his mind, he's like, "Come on, man, Like, what are you doing? Like the questions he was asking them, and Troy Deeney was like, oh my employers, my bosses told me that I have to ask these questions, and and Virgil's like, no, it's not. Now you're taking now you're following the orders of your bosses, huh? Oh, that's nice.
We've heard that before.
It's something to that extent. He said it was pretty funny, but yeah, it was a pretty funny situation where he asked the question of, he brought up the quad question, and he brought up and that was just like,
So you're talking about Troy Deeney, yeah?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's on
Yeah.
CBS. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
He does
No,
the sideline reporting for them.
Yeah.
Or some
Yeah, I'm sure Virgil's aware that he said Salah wasn't world class. That look got back to Virgil. I reckon, like, he's not that. The players aren't that. Uninformed about what ex-players say. You know what I mean? And that went right. That, I wouldn't say it went viral or anything, but everyone heard about it, didn't he? When he said Salah isn't world class for whatever reasons he gave. I've forgotten them because they were so inconsequential.
I would have loved it if Virgil had been like, if Virgil had brought that up and been like, yeah, or because I don't know if he asked any questions about Salah, but that would have been great if Virgil had been like, yeah, especially when you have a world-class player like Mohamed Salah. Let's see what Troy said after that one. That would be great. That would definitely be great.
I don't mind Troy too much, but he dropped the ball on that one, didn't he, about Salah? It was obviously for clicks or whatever whatever the terminology is, wasn't it? Because you see a video, Mo Salah world class. Who said that? I'm going to have a look at that. Of course, you're going to find those. But I don't mind him apart from that. He does talk shit sometimes, it's true. But I can stomach him as long as he doesn't mention Mo Salah and doesn't go in heavy on us. Doesn't put too heavy a tackle in on us, like.
Nothing bad he can say, just his opinion, innit? That's the thing, innit? Like I said, not world class, and I wouldn't take my daughters to watch him. So I wouldn't take his sons to watch him. Okay. No problem, Troy. I mean, you're a good player, I'll give you that. But as a pundit or talks with you're trash. You're rubbish. And as a manager, you lasted 21 days.
That was what was funny when Neville tried managing, and he lasted about 3 hours in Spain. Gary Neville, remember, he got given the Seville job or something out of nowhere, the Sevilla job or a job like that. But he lasted like a matter of hours. Not
Valencia.
Yeah.
Valencia.
Gary Neville at Valencia. I mean,
couple months, yeah.
Yeah, he's mates with Peter Lim. Peter Lim is the guy that owns Valencia, and he's one of the investors in a lot of what they do, like their hotel stuff in Salford. They're all basically mates with Peter Lim, Gary Neville especially. And Peter Lim basically gave him the manager's job there, yeah. They can go very well. I think it's about 4 months, something like that. They can go very well.
Mates rates.
Yeah. See what's going on in the chat. There was something I saw Bonker say. He's saying just give the corners to Simicast or Macca.
Agreed.
Yeah, the Macca one I could see. I could see that, considering Mac is going to be on the pitch. Simicast isn't on the pitch enough to just give him the Simicast. That would mean, obviously, you playing Simicast instead of Robbo. And when Simicast isn't in the game, he does take the corners. But whether it's Robbo, whether it's been Trent, whether it's been obviously Dom just yesterday, our corners haven't been exactly the best. They have not been the best. It's just more so they just haven't been able to find and make connections with the players too often. It's more so it's been waste. There was a couple of instances where they were just wasted corners almost. We ended up resorting to short corners. That's normally when I see short corners, it's probably because you're not getting really any real penetration or any real any real accuracy with the corners. You'd end up trying to take a short corner. But like there was one of them that Dom took that went over it went like over everyone and like outside of the box. I was like, it ended up being like them recycling the ball. And I was like, this is a corner kick. What are we doing? You know, that was bad. That was pretty bad. Manchester United fans laughing at Stevie G. Look at Neville. Oh yeah, certainly. But is there anything else in the game though that like that you wanted to like possibly even address or bring up as something that piqued your interest in the game, Delante, or something else in the game that maybe piqued your interest?
I just thought that Curtis Jones' performance was quite good. I see a few giving him a bit of grief, but I thought he was quite good. You know, I mean, I think we all thought. I mean that Arnie, or the slot machine, or Mister Slotter, would go with a full strength team, but he made one or two changes and weren't that bad. You know, but Jones got a start. Obviously Darwin. Through the middle, and obviously, Trent was injured, and I thought Curtis slowly grew into the game. I thought he was a bit sloppy at first, but he was holding the ball and he slowly grew into the game.
Yeah, I
Through
think
the
he
brain control.
did nothing wrong, did he, Curtis?
I
We
don't
had
think so. I,
yeah, and he played
personally,
a good part until the point where he
he
came
came.
off.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. I agree. I think he was linking play. Yeah, his balls, better. I don't think he was holding the ball as much as he does, but sometimes. But yeah, I thought he played well. I did thought pretty well in the second half with the team. They go stronger. I think there was a moment he had two men shielding off, and he made great attempt to shield off and move the ball forwards. So yeah, it was man. I thought he had a good game.
Okay. How about for you, Lee?
Um, yeah, I was pleased with it. I thought Robbo did well. Also, like, I thought Robbo had a good game. It was more like the Robbo that we know and love, and it has been getting that way in the last few games. He's been getting back to his best, rather than the mistake-littered performances of a couple of months ago. He's
Mhm.
starting to look more like the old Robbo now, and that bodes well for the run-in. If he can,
Agreed.
if we
Yeah.
can keep defensive performances like this as we go through the running, more defensive performances like this where we hardly give anything away, and I mean anything. I mean, there was nothing in it for them yesterday. Try as they might, God love them, they couldn't get near our bloody goal, could they? We just would not
Mhm.
let them. And
Mhm.
that's a half decent team. It wasn't the worst Spurs starting 11. It was a nice solid midfield. Benton, Basuma and Sarr. They had Davies and Danso, didn't they?
Mhm.
It wasn't the worst. Okay, it wasn't Romero and Van der Ven. Everyone knows that. It hasn't been them for months now. Like, so, we can only beat what's put in front of us. But I was impressed the way we managed to limit them to absolutely nothing, as if they were a fucking championship side or something. You know what I mean? We sort of like had our hands on, when you put your hand on someone's head and they're trying to like throw punches at you or something, and you've got holes there, at the top of their head, and they're trying to like flail away. It was sort of like that. We had them at
Mhm.
arm's length, didn't we, the entire time?
Okay. Anything in particular for you, Brian?
Not really, to be honest. You know, like I said, yeah, that team. When I saw that lineup, I just thought, yeah, that back four versus us. Yeah, Dan's was a player, but literally only in the building. Archie Gray is a young DM midfielder. Gets played at left back. Ben Davies is a left back who can play on the left of a back three, but he's not a centre half. So I just thought, look, if we do what we need to do, uh, get around that midfield, they are strong. That is probably one of their better ones. But no, I just thought it was real professional. It's a bit kind of disappointing to see Son the way he is now. I mean, at one point in that game, he hit the post. He used to do like Son used to do that shit 6, 7 times a game. You know,
Mm.
now he's nearly 33 now. He's like, even the Spurs fans are saying he's still got it, but his legs are gone. I just think I just think he should have gone. I remember him being linked to Real Madrid, Liverpool, all that. He's someone who could have gone and won a lot of trophies. But fair play to him for being loyal to Spurs. Maybe he just likes London life. But yeah, I think Richarlison was okay. Maybe he was trying to make a thing of it at the start. It was interesting to see, a bit old school needle. Okay, we're here for it if you want to try it. Virgil, I think, remember Virgil? I don't know if anybody noticed, not in that incident, but later on, Richarlison was kind of he was injured. He was on the ground. Virgil went over to put his hand out to help him up, and Ricky went to take his hand, and Virgil just put him in that man and just walked off on him, which is really kind of Virgil just giving it back. That was one thing I saw earlier on. I just think it's a bit of a rag bag of a team, and if we had, that's why I was so shocked. Like, when we see what they were like last night, they've gone there and lost 1-0. If we hadn't gone through in that game, looking at that team, because they would have gotten destroyed in the final probably.
Mhm.
So, but yeah, just strong, real strong, good to make changes, and the crowd was brilliant. So yeah, just job done.
Yeah. I saw a lot of assessments being done yesterday on Spurs performance and the play, and a lot of Spurs supporters, commentators, content creators were very, very down on not only the performance, but maybe even the fight that they showed. I agree with you on the Sun thing. I don't. It's a shame because like Sun is being is his ability to be the captain of this team is being questioned. His ability, or if he's even captain material, is being questioned by some. I saw Redknapp really going really into him on whether he doesn't believe that he is a viable captain. I don't necessarily agree with that, but all the same, and it's a shame because, like you said about Son, I think Son is an extremely talented player, but I think that unfortunately he's on a team where they're relying on him putting the team more so on his back and being the I guess the catalyst that maybe even Harry Kane was for them, but not trying to make a comparison between him and Harry Kane, but it's just difficult because it's one of those cases where Harry Kane is a great player, but he also had Son to be able to, take some of the weight off of his shoulders, as opposed to it just being Harry Kane and no Son. It's Son with no Harry Kane. So I just find that very interesting.
They were close to matching us, man, weren't they? Like, I mean, we had 3, but I mean, Kane and Son was up there, like keeping pace with Mane and Salah every single season nearly.
Mm-hmm.
When they were at their peak, that Kane and Son, that was one of the most devastating attacks out there. They never really had like a right winger comparable to Son.
Mm-hmm.
But when Son and Kane were on their form, jeez, man, they were, too good for Tottenham. Just too good for that Spurs team. It took Harry
Mm-hmm.
Kane at the only 30 to get out of there. I don't know, golden handcuffs. I don't know, whatever. But Son
Mm-hmm.
doesn't seem in a rush to leave. So fair play to him for sticking around. And seeing, like you say, carrying the club, and when Kane leaves and being the captain and sort of being that guy. Loyalty is still there somewhere, I suppose.
Oh, I think he's a very loyal Spur. To be honest with you, it's obvious that he's still
London,
there.
Probably likes it. Probably settled.
Yeah, he's definitely. But I just don't know. What's going on with them. I still think they have a viable chance if they finally get healthy. They have a viable chance of maybe doing something in Europa. I haven't really looked at the Europa fixture or table at least too much to know like who's left and who's a part of it. Considering that it's not a concern for us.
Yeah,
But
it's got to be completed, hasn't it? The Europa thing. It's not all that, is it? The Europa draw. There's games to. I don't mean in the group. I looked at it myself yesterday. I looked at Europa League draw, and it didn't give me that much info. It just had a load that were TBD, to be decided. There was some in it though. That I've seen some fixtures. Who did I see? Back in Ajax versus someone, Mitchy Lander in it still. Someone I noticed. I can't remember what it said now, to be honest. I did look at it though.
Yeah. I had to take a look at it myself. I don't know.
That was why I looked at it actually, to see who Tottenham got. It came into my head. Who have Tottenham got in the Europa League? So I tried to look, but it's not sorted yet. There's some fixtures on the 13th of February or some shit, I think.
Oh wow, okay. Let's see if
I think that's when the playoffs in the Champions League start, isn't it? The 13th of Feb.
They're not. I thought they're at the knockout phase for themselves.
Yeah, they are. They've qualified. It's just they're Man United all through. They've qualified automatically. So it's just who they play in the 16th round.
They're at the same. Yeah, they're at the same stage now.
Yeah.
So, the teams that made the knockout are a lot of teams. Some of these teams I have no idea by just the letters. So I'd have to look up who they actually are. Some wild names. Let me see if I can get a better assessment. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like there's still USG, Ajax still in it. Galatasaray is still in it. AZ. Let's see who else is in it. Real Sociedad. Pretty much only names. Roma, Porto are in it. They're in the knockout phase, at least the first playoff knockout phase, I guess. Let me see who else made it real quick. The standings. The teams that made it in there was Lazio, Atletico Club, Athletic Club, Manchester United. Tottenham came 4th place, Frankfurt 5th, Lyon 6th, Olympiacos, I can't even say it now. Olympiacos, right?
Olympiacos.
7th. And 8th is Rangers. And then everyone else that fills the rest of it.
Yeah, playoffs.
We get the playoffs. So Spurs made 4th. They're in the hunt. Manchester United. That goes to show you how the sheer fact that Manchester United and Tottenham are 3rd and 4th in the Europa League, but yet when it comes to England, you're talking about 13th and 14th respectively. That goes to show you there is a certain level of difference when it comes to Europa and Champions League.
I'd like it if Spurs could somehow get their shit together with Romero and Van der Ven back and pull it off in the Europa League. But seeing as how we couldn't even manage to do that last season, I mean, I know our season fell apart a bit, but that was us, and we couldn't even bloody win it. So I don't think there's a lot of hope for Spurs, is there?
Yeah.
You might get to the quarters or something, possibly even a semi. Who knows?
Yeah, could possibly, if you win it. The teams are just nothing to write home about. Even the Lazios and Ajax, they're good, but it's not like anything to be feared about.
I'd like if Spurs could have a trophy if they could have the league.
Yeah,
they just. I watched them win this exact trophy, like when it was called the UEFA Cup when I was 11.
Yeah, they need all the injuries players back if they're gonna have a chance of winning that. If I'm honest.
Mhm. Mhm. So, yeah, that's on them. They'll figure it out. It's
Tony
on them to figure out.
Parks, I think that was his name. Tony Parks, the Spurs goalie. Ray Clements was their goalie in them days because he'd moved to Spurs, but he was injured, and they had a sub goalie who was the hero in the pen shootout versus Anderlecht. We were all in a big hall watching it together, a load of kids, because we were on like the sort of holiday with the school to the Lake District, and we all sat in a big room and watched one of them big old wooden tellies in '84. And Spurs won on pens. But yeah, I'd like to see them repeat it and lift the exact same trophy 41 years on. Why not?
Mhm. Why not? Why not? It's very
Go
true.
for the Premier League. If one of our clubs could win the Europa League. Bloody hell, the last one to do it was Man United. And I've got to say, when Man United won the Europa League, it pissed me the fuck off because that made it the full set for them. They did win the Cup Winners' Cup, United, so winning the Europa League, they'd never won the UEFA Cup, Man United. Never, ever, ever. They tried a few times, loads of times, never did it. But when they won the Europa League, that made it the full set for them. See, we can never get the full set because the Cup Winners' Cup doesn't exist anymore.
Interesting. Yeah. Robert saying Radley will probably be the only player that starts against Plymouth. Heavy rotation expected again. I can agree that we will see some type of rotation. We're going to do a preview for that show, or preview for that game at least, but I can agree with that. We can at least give a little bit of a teaser on that and to say, I think that we will rotate for that Plymouth game, despite it being away. And I also think that we will see most likely Connor Bradley start again, considering that Trent isn't going to be it was put out there that Trent wasn't going to be most likely a part of that fixture. They're probably going to. I saw at least David Lynch speaking on that. He expects Trent to be held out of that game and possibly brought back for Everton. Would you rather see, knowing that Trent is working back to fitness now and the likes, and knowing and seeing how well Connor Bradley played in that Tottenham game, would you rather just say, hey, would you rather see him play in that Everton match? Albeit we can see him play in the Plymouth match, but would you also prefer to see him possibly be the player that plays in that Everton match, or do you think that maybe because it's Everton and because we're possibly going to need a little bit more of an offensive-minded performer on the pitch, maybe Trent's services would be more adjusted to that Everton match? Brian, do you have an opinion on that?
Yeah, I heard Trent was out for that. So
For Everton?
yeah, I can't remember who said that earlier on. One of the news type people.
Mhm.
So yeah, no problem with that at all.
But
It's
let's just say if he was available or if he is available. That's my question.
if he's fit and available, Trent will start, yeah. But no problem with Bradley, especially if you're saying that sort of multiple games. No, he'll be able to handle that for a couple of weeks. So yeah, I'd be cool with that. But
Mhm.
yeah, I think it might be even if he was kind of like Trent will be kind of borderliney. So yeah, I don't know. Plymouth, yeah, I'd be expecting a huge number of changes, but even if he has to do 90 minutes in that, maybe he can and you can give Trent 20 again. But that game is going to be a rough and tumble game at Goodison.
Mhm.
You
Mhm.
imagine it might sometimes you think it's going to be like that, and they actually don't end up like that. But
Mhm.
yeah, that'll be on the medical team. They'll have to know because basically I think the line being fed was yes, we would want Trent back, but if there's any danger to bringing him back for that, means he could then end up being out for another 6 weeks.
Right.
They'll just
Yeah.
wait for another week, and they're
Yeah.
confident. I think everybody. I'd be surprised if there was anybody who said, "Oh no, I wouldn't trust Bradley to do a job." I don't think anyone at this stage has any worries about him in that. I certainly don't.
hmm How about for you, Lee? If he's available for the Everton matchup, let's just say we give him. Obviously, we're going to give him the rest for this upcoming game, despite him being apparently back in training. Would you go as far as to say that he should be rested, even for Everton, or do you think he should play for Everton as well?
It's a tough one. It's a tough one. I think I'd play him. Like if he's definitely fit and there's not going to be any problems going forward with the injury, I'd play him. But I would, if he couldn't play, I wouldn't. Obviously, wouldn't worry about Bradley, especially if he does some Mbappe/Son type tackles on some of the Everton players. That one on Son was quality, wasn't it?
It was. It definitely was. Definitely was. I was commented on actually at the game how he was able to make him do the breakdancing move. It was kind of funny.
Yeah, the derby is a game for those type of tackles, so.
Yeah. Could also be the last time that Trent gets to play at Goodison Park, possibly.
Yeah, if that's true as well, because that could come into it. He want to play, I'd imagine Trent would want to play.
Yeah,
if he were to be leaving.
Yeah.
We want to take part in the last one at Goodison, being from the city himself, because it has some value, as an event, the last ever derby at Goodison. Scouts, anyway. Probably a little bit more for Scouts. There's a bit more in it for me, because I used to go to that bastard place a lot, you know what I mean? I do know it well, that ground. I won't be there, obviously, but, I've been before. I know what it looks like. I know what it feels like inside.
Yeah. It's I'm sure it's a interesting atmosphere being a Red inside of there. Have you gone to the?
Yeah,
have you been into?
When you're there, you're just there watching the match, aren't you? And you're the scout, so you're not shouting for Everton. You're just watching the bastard game.
Okay. Did you sit in? Were you sitting with Evertonians, or were you with the?
Yeah. Most of the time when I went, I was, because it was with me mate. It was just me and him, the two of us. No one else went, just me and him every week to the match. So Goodison and Anfield.
Gotcha.
One of those little friendships.
Yeah, because Lee was going when Liverpool were playing away. He was going to just watch whoever Everton were playing at home.
Oh, you're just going to. I got you. You weren't going to. Actual.
Yeah, it was when I was about 12 to 14, I think. I remember this lad, and that was our modus operandi, for seeing football games. Everton 1 week, Liverpool the next week.
Oh, that's different.
Games there. I've seen Gary Lineker when he was there. Seen all of Gary Lineker, and he was good. Yeah, it was a good.
I've seen sometimes. I've seen some.
Kevin Sheezy and Trevor Stephen, Graham Shaw.
Go. Leicester.
Okay.
What game is on now?
United. United. Full front.
What, the FA Cup?
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Is the FA Cup match on tonight?
Yes, sir.
Jeez. Okay.
I know it was the FA Cup match. You're right.
Leicester won up at Old Trafford, is it?
Good.
At Old Trafford, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you've got to hand the trophy back sometimes. Sometimes. So why not sooner rather than later? You know what I mean?
Yeah, according to the momentum chart, it has been pretty much a little bit of a lackluster game, but yeah, looks like they finally got one in. Got one in. It was
Rude going back.
Bobby Di Cordova Reed.
Yeah.
Liverpool fan scored at Old Trafford. Good one.
There you go, Rude getting a little revenge, maybe so. I didn't realize why. That's weird that they have like a FA Cup game, because is that the only FA Cup game going on right now?
Yeah, they have one on a Friday night. It's like a
TV.
new thing. We never had that shit years ago. It was all on a
Yeah.
Saturday, mate, and a few on a Sunday. A few, and I mean like 2 or some shit on a Sunday. They were all on a Saturday. Now they have a Friday night game, don't they? They have for a long time now. They like these Friday night games, don't they? It gives you
Interesting.
something
It's recent
to watch
enough in the
if
Premier
you're in
League.
the pub on a Friday night. Like, it gives you something to watch, doesn't it?
It's only a couple of years old in the Premier League, but it's because the terrestrial channels they get these like the free to air.
Mhm.
So when they do, like they like to spread it out rather than just like the BBC used to always have whatever. So they just put all the games on Saturday. Now ITV they don't get any football, so they want to spread it out. So they have a game on Friday, game on Saturday, game on Sunday. Get as many eyes on the channel rather than put them all on the one day. But yeah, it is a bit of an odd one. So what? That must be nearly half time then, is it?
It
Kick
is.
off at
Yeah,
8
two.
o'clock.
Yeah, it's 3 minutes
Okay.
to half time.
Bloody hell, I'm a rim. Not working out, is it?
We'll see. It's long.
Yeah, it's still long anyway.
No,
yeah,
not
it's
yet. I
great.
mean, just so far, it's not working out so
Oh,
far.
yeah.
The results have been, I mean, even for a manager, it's still Manchester United, you know?
He's got his. Let's see who he's got. He's got Euro, Maguire, and Mazzari in the back with Dorgu, Ugarte, Bruno, a lot on the midfield, and then he's got Diallo, Kobe Mano as
Yep.
a left wing.
It's like a 10, basically.
Oh, he's playing as a
in the middle again.
10, yeah, to play 2 floating
Isn't it?
10s. Yeah.
Okay, because they have this as the setup they have is a 3-4-3. That's what they're showing. But okay.
Oh, yeah, he's playing a floating 10.
Yeah, it's more of a 3-4-2-1, 3-4-1-2
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Exactly.
So who's playing up? So Hoyland's up as their striker, but then
Through the middle. And then the 2 boys drop in behind, and then the width comes from the Dallo and Dorgo.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So it gives you 2 in behind the 1. And then Bruno go, and yeah. Do you know, I keep forgetting every time someone reads out one of their team sheets. I don't know if everyone probably has this with some player, but every time someone reads out their team sheet and they say Ugarte, it's like, oh yeah, they bought him. Every time I use, oh yeah, they bought Ugarte. Look, they bought him. Every single time. It's just,
You know what? I missed that they bought him because I was into the idea of us buying him. Remember when his name was mooted before we bought Gravenberch and Endo, and it was Ugarte time? With the
Yeah,
links.
he was linked with us. You're right, Lee. Yeah, for a while.
I was in streams, go mad with me things like, I want Ugarte, get Ugarte. He looks good, he sounds good, he's Uruguayan, let's have him.
Oh,
and then
half time.
When they
then
bought
he
him,
went to PSG.
all of a sudden, like, I heard that they bought him, but I didn't see him for a while at the beginning of the season until I knew it was actually true. But yeah, he's one I thought. And a few others, there's a few other players. When you look at their teams now, like, he's struggling at home, isn't he, Amarin? Like, you look at, when you read their 3-4-3 team now, each week there's a surprise in it, like, isn't he? Like, him playing there, what's he up to? But he's trying his best to get something together, isn't he? Like, Amarin, let's hope it takes as long as it takes.
Oh, let's hope it takes 10 years.
Yeah, it takes as long as it takes, and that length of time is like really, really long.
I'm hoping that they bring back Eric Ten Hag, but I mean, like, we all have hopes and dreams. So.
Yeah, they can bring Ferguson out of
whatever isn't
retirement.
working for them works for me.
Exactly.
Here, long live Toilet Trafford.
And long live Harry Maguire, the legend.
Indeed.
The legend.
Give him a new deal. Can we psych him into the way we psyched him into buying Maguire for a lot of money? Can we psych them into giving Maguire a 6-year deal by giving Virgil a 6-year deal?
Virgil's still balling out at the age of 40, 39.
Maguire's on loan at Rochdale on 300 grand a week.
Do you know what? I'm a nice person, though, and I even have felt sorry for him at times, Harry Maguire, even though he plays for Man United, to be in such a bad side that doesn't suit him, and that, like, you know, where he's tried to hold their defence together in the last few years, and you think, poor bastard.
I
Nope.
don't. No,
Nope.
sorry at all. You play for them.
Nope.
Exactly. All of them.
Not
I
one
don't
bit of
mind.
it.
Oh, come on, though. That's hard, isn't it? Like, having to try and hold that defence together, like, in the last few years, being Harry
Lee,
Maguire.
you gone
Oh,
soft,
won't
Lee?
someone please think of the children?
Exactly. Lee, have you gone soft? It's his old toilet. Maguire, were you saying that when Gary Neville was kissing the badge in front of Liverpool fans?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I don't think any of their fans are feeling sorry for Reece Williams having to hold it down at the back for us, or I don't know.
Nat Phillips, yeah. They were laughing. They said they were going to win the league.
The only person I ever felt vaguely sorry for there for about 5 minutes was Phil Jones, because like he was like early internet, and
Oh, yeah.
basically he
Yeah,
was
he
one of the
was.
first memes, like him pulling a face because he couldn't have pulled some weird looking faces, and he did get a lot of so what happened to him off the pitch was pretty harsh, but
Yeah.
once you see him in that jersey, no, all sympathy goes out the window.
Yeah, mate. I don't care if they had Zidane. I wouldn't like Zidane if he's wearing a red shirt.
No, it's a horrible red, isn't it? They somehow like we just seem to. It's like we have the good reds. Apparently, like when we bought the colors, they gave us all the good reds, and they gave the like this other red, which just doesn't. It just always look horrible. Their red,
Yeah,
you
it
know what I
does,
mean? Like they're never the nice looking red
isn't
kit.
it?
Ours always looks proper, when it's a good one. They just can't get the color right. We have it perfect,
Theirs is a bit darker, isn't it? Like their red's a
Yeah.
bit darker, but they also do have the devil on their badge, like, don't they? So, no wonder it's a bit darker, their colour red.
Yeah, not very portentous.
Yeah. So it's halftime, 1-0. That game. We'll keep an eye on that one for you.
I'd love that to do that.
Be even more fitting for what was a pretty good weekend for us. We now know who our opponent's going to be. Newcastle's going to be our opponent. With this matchup, it's a return of two teams that certainly, I wouldn't say don't like each other, but two teams that one team that wants to definitely, get over the hump to beat us, and another team in our attributes of knowing that it's a team that we normally do well against. With that said, it's going to be at a neutral setting, however. Do you have really good feelings about this matchup being the final? And is this the final you wanted to see, or did you prefer maybe even seeing us against Arsenal in the final? Instead of Lee, then Latte, and then bring it to Brian.
No, I wanted Newcastle, definitely. Didn't want Arsenal in that final. Played it before in finals, like seen it before, not seen a Newcastle final before.
Okay. Latte?
Yeah, I'm happy with Newcastle. I'm glad they beat us. And if they weren't playing us, I'd want them to win this game, but they are. So, but yeah, it's the final I want to see.
Okay. Is this the final you wanted to see, Brian, basically?
Oh, I didn't really have one I wanted to see. Like when we're in the semis, before we knew kind of all of that. Yeah, look, I just don't like playing Arsenal because it's just too stressful to have to talk about a lot of the time because of all the shit that goes with it. Like for me, Newcastle, maybe No, even that may like even since the takeover or something like that. I don't. For me, there's always been a lot of love between Newcastle and Arsenal and Liverpool fans. There's always been a lot of mutual respect. Two big northern cities. Um, Never had like any hatred between them at all. Maybe like this. There's that's the only. And then there's Newcastle since the Saudis. I don't know. But yeah, I think it's a real. Uh, like those match going fans, there'll be plenty of hugs and selfies between fans. It'll be a good atmosphere there. It'll be like a good friendly rivalry.
Mhm.
Two really passionate sets of fans who know what it's like to come from northern working class cities. They have a lot in common. They have an awful lot in common. Ian Rush, Beardsley, Barnes. Some of their best players have played for us. Some of our best players have played for them. So it's great to see. Yeah. I wanted them to win a trophy if it wasn't going to be us. So unfortunately, I didn't want us to beat them. I don't want this Saudi version, but for the older fans, definitely this would be the final I would have wanted. Yeah, absolutely no way. I want to go. This online Arsenal shit is just too much most of the time. If we had to play them in another cup final, jeez, man. No, I think it would be refreshing to be playing in Newcastle rather than a fucking Chelsea again or another London team again. This is more bring back the power to Northern football. Take it away from London and Manchester again.
How do you think the physical battle in the middle, as Robert's asking, is going to play out?
Well, that'll be a good one. Yeah, Bruno in good form if he's playing. Our boys if they're playing. Yeah, that's where we're strongest. I think our best midfield three is as good as anybody's. Theirs is decent too.
Who's their first choice three? Bruno, Tonali, and Joe Linton.
Yeah.
Is it?
Usually, yeah, you could. Yeah, that'd probably be it. Yeah, that won't be a bad call. Yeah, that Bruno and Tonali, yes, and then maybe he might do something different. But yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
and then Murphy, Gordon, and Isaac up front, and then whatever he wants to do at the back. But yeah, that'd be the six. I reckon start most. Jolinton, Tonali, Bruno, Gordon on the left, Murphy on the right, Isaac through the middle.
Look, I go into every game confident now, and I did under Klopp. You know what I mean? If it was still under Klopp, I'd be expecting to win this final. But it will be a tough game, probably. It's a final for them, and they're not going to want to. They don't get to many. They're desperately going to, they're desperately going to want to win. Who was it at them last time? They got someone recently, didn't they? A League Cup final. Who was it? City beat them.
No, United. They beat them 2-0.
That's right. United, yeah. When United won it, yeah. But I think we'll still win, yeah. I'm confident that we'll beat them. That we'll be too good for them. Like, if we play our game, our best game, like, and nothing, nothing untoward happens on the pitch, like sending us off or that, I'd imagine that we beat them.
Bruno versus McAllister, that would be a good battle. Very
Mm.
good. Argentina versus Brazil in the middle of the pitch. You can expect a bit of bite there, yeah. And Jolinton, another Brazilian as well.
Mm.
Yeah. Think the same, Nolate?
Yeah. How about the midfield?
Yeah.
It'll be. I think the middle is key. Whoever wins the midfield wins the game. It's gonna be an extreme battle as for the game in St James's Park where they kind of outplayed us. 20, 30 minutes. We had the 10 minutes and for the back to the halftime they outplayed us. And that's the first time in a while EVD was rattled a bit by Isaac. So there's that and the battle with Isaac. Those are the two keys. If we can handle that, then we win this game. But it's going to be a good game. And it's going to be, in my opinion, a more difficult game than Arsenal.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, it very different, I think. Wouldn't it be in terms of profile? Like the Arsenal game, it'd just be like bitty, maybe. Kind of a gnarly game. If we played Arsenal, I'd be expecting.
Yeah. This would be more free flowing, in my opinion, anyway.
You think the same, Lee? Free flowing. Newcastle is going to be difficult to maintain against their midfield. It's going to be a battle of midfields as opposed to maybe, a matter of curtailing the likes of Isak and Gordon and possibly even Murphy now that's made a little bit of an emergence.
Yeah, if our midfield three outshines theirs, then we'll win the game. Isaac's a great player. Yeah, it'll be a good test for him and Virgil. That'll be good to watch. Both. I want to see how both of them cope with him in different instances. But I think we'll win it. Yeah, but at the same time, like I would like to see Newcastle. I mean, God, I hope we don't lose. But if they did win, there'd be a part of me that'd be happy for them to finally win a trophy after I got over my own disappointment of us losing out. It'd be mega. That'd be so huge for them to win fucking anything, mate. I mean, the League Cup's still a decent trophy. I don't put it that much behind the FA Cup. I never did. I don't think the FA Cup's that much bigger anymore. It used to be. It used to be a whole lot bigger. But now the two of them to me are the same thing.
Okay.
But can I ask a question based on what Lee just said? Just for everyone in the chat as well. I don't want to try and frame anyone's answer, but just like in context of what we have going on this season, potentially, and what they have going on this season, potentially, in terms of what they can win and what they can't win. Who do you think will be more motivated to win this trophy? Not that, but who do you think might be really looking at this kind of, just with that kind of eye of the tiger kind of thing?
It's got to be them.
If it's both, maybe both, I don't know, but yeah. Well, yeah.
It's got to be them, surely. I mean, we'll want to win it and that, and just because they might want to win it more doesn't necessarily mean they beat us. But I mean, God, they'll be yearning.
No, I'm not saying that the most motivated team wins it. I'm just not a brilliant question, I know, but just because that's I'm with you. I think
quite a few of our lads have won this trophy a couple of times, haven't they? And been, you know what I mean?
Not that long ago.
Yeah, I don't think that will affect their performance, though. They'll be on it and they'll be motivated and that. But yeah, because it's just such a
I
big
suppose
thing.
maybe more desperate to win it.
Yeah.
And I suppose the obvious answer is them.
Yeah, they'll be absolutely desperate, won't they, to win it?
We see that. Yeah, no. Look, scrap the question. It's not a great question, but I just think they will be a lot more desperate. I said that they're way more desperate to win a trophy than we are. Clearly, they are. We've been winning this thing like it's pocket change for the last few years.
I don't think they're going to get Champions League, mate. I don't think they're going to.
No, but I just think maybe that tension and that kind of desire that might work. That can work against you if you let it get to you too much.
Oh,
if you
yeah.
if you just blend it the right way, kind of we're just here to do a job. These guys are super motivated. If they're a bit too motivated, bang, someone gets sent off for.
That's the one.
If we play it cool and calm.
Yeah, seen it before many times.
Yeah, because I'm like if it hadn't been us playing them, if they were winning it, even though it is the Saudis, I would still like them to win a trophy for the older fans.
Yeah, for the fans.
Yeah. No, I just think maybe the whole function of maybe potentially finally winning something, if they don't reuse it properly, it might get away from becoming negative. That's the psychological side of the game, isn't it?
I remember the periods where we've gone years without winning nothing, and don't laugh. I know it's not much compared to them, but when we went 5 years or something and it was hard. The tension when we actually got to a final, and even Cardiff in 2012, we won the Champions League under Rafa, but remember we haven't won nothing in ages, and then we had Cardiff in 2012 in the League Cup final. It was massive, so imagine that times 6, because they've been no, it's more than 6, isn't it? They've been on the trophy for 60 years or something, so it's times 12. What I felt after 5 years.
Oh yeah, 5 years is like to us. It's like a lifetime without something.
Yeah, it was
Mhm.
eons, 5 years. It seemed like eons, like, you know what I mean? And generations had come and passed, like it seemed like in that time. So it must be
Yeah,
60 years.
from Rafa 05 Istanbul to 2012, 7 years. Yeah, that's poor.
Jesus.
That's embarrassing. And look at the players we had
We
during that
won the
time.
FA Cup, though, didn't we? Won the FA Cup, so that was 6 years. That was
Oh,
6
sorry, 6. No, you're right. You're right. Yeah. I can't forget the FA
I'm
Cup in
sure,
it.
I'm thinking about bloody hell, it seems a long time. 95 when we beat Bolton. It's only been 3 years since
Yeah,
92
the
when we
FA Cup.
won.
Yeah, seen this. The
God,
McManaman final. The
we
Macca
have
final. Yeah.
when we went through our bad times, we always did still win something fairly regularly, like even when we were at our worst, didn't we? So you can sympathise with fans that have had that long a drought, can't you? It's only, you've got to have a heart, haven't you?
Well, I do have a question, a little off-topic question for you, and I know that the numbers didn't necessarily say it, but like, do you think that Bobby Firmino was could be a clinical forward in front of net, or do you think that he was not very clinical? I guess you could say, for lack of better words. There's a question that came up on it. I've done some research. I think that I have my own opinion. I won't cloud the question with my own opinion. But do you think Bobby was a clinical could be a clinical finisher when given a chance?
Firmino, yeah,
Yeah, Bobby Firmino.
definitely, yeah.
Okay. Do you think so, Brian?
Yeah, bit of an odd one. Yeah, when given chances, I think he was a good finisher. Yeah, but I I I don't know how many times he actually played, say, as a central striker that wasn't basically a midfielder. So obviously the number of goals he scored isn't enormous, but
Mhm.
I never looked at him as a bad finisher. No, I always thought he was pretty, maybe not
Yeah,
top bracket, but pretty good finisher. Yeah,
they were
Bigger
almost
finisher,
dead,
right?
couldn't you?
yeah.
Yeah. Because
One of my
the
favourite
word.
goals, Bobby, was his header away to Inter Milan a couple of seasons ago from the edge of the box. Remember the edge of the box, and he was out, like out at the side of the box. I was,
Mhm.
do you know what I'm talking about? He just guided what it was just brilliant the way he guided it past the Inter keeper. It was a really skillful header to be able to place a header that precisely was just fucking hell, skill on that.
He
Asking
just
too
maybe
because
preferred to play the pass, didn't he? Just one of those guys. He just preferred to play the pass
right.
and take the shot almost. But if you give him a chance, you're not the world's greatest, but yeah.
Yeah, the memory of him playing either Salah or Mane, and it's just like burned into your brain, isn't it? Like us on a quick attack and Bobby just turning and seeing one of them on either wing ahead of him. Just burned into your brain, and it just become part of your memory bank, didn't it? Like, because you've seen it that often.
100%.
Mhm. Just I was just asking the question. Same to Nalante. What's your assessment? And you can tell us in the chat too if you thought that he was clinical or not clinical.
Similar to what Brian. He was a good finisher, but not clinical. Definitely not clinical. But just
So
a
then,
good finisher.
if what is your definition of clinical then?
Well, it all depends how you look at it. Clinical could be if he was through and goal 20 times out of 10 times out of 10, how many would he score 1-on-1? Or clinical is getting a certain amount of goals per season. It just depends how you look at it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. How do you look at it? I'm asking though. I'm just because
No, I'll just
then,
look at.
then I would understand why you would think he wasn't clinical. Not saying
No,
you're
I
wrong.
would.
I'm just saying why you would come up with that assessment. That's all.
No, I'll just look at eye test. I just look at Bobby as a player. Games, etc. How he plays in the games, no chances, etc. And for me, he was a good finisher, just not a clinical. Like Bobby's not the guy. He's going to give you 20 to 25 league goals a season. He's just not. But he does other bits. Well, he'll get you double figures, but not 20 to 25 goals a season. That's just
Okay.
my opinion. Yeah.
Okay.
But he's a good finisher, though.
Okay. I always think that if he was asked or if he was given the opportunities to finish, I believe he's a good enough finisher that he could get quality numbers. I don't think he would be in a place and put into the place to have to finish to be that outright number 9 per se. But if given the opportunities, he can finish. He can present the finishing touch on a goal. I was just wondering about that. I know that was brought up in another show, and I didn't necessarily agree with it completely because I always thought that if the ball was there, I wasn't worried about like it being the case where he's going to miss the goal or he's not going to get it on target or he's going to it's going to be some like skyward type attempt on goal or something. I always thought that if given the opportunities, chances are he'll finish it. But it just so happened that he's not often put into that position. More so, he's put into the link man or the facilitator style role. So he doesn't necessarily look to be that clinical finisher. But I think if he was given the opportunity, he could show a bit of clinicalness. But I was just wondering also what was people's assessment of what clinical is to them, because I keep hearing this word. I know I talk about ambition being a word that's sometimes overused. Now I've been hearing about this, like we need a clinical striker. We need a clinical striker. I even heard to the point where I was just told, or the assessment was made that Diego Jota or Hata, however you pronounce his name, however you like to pronounce his name at least, Diego Hata is not a clinical striker or not a clinical forward. That's kind of news to me. I would at least say Diego was a clinical forward, but it was just interesting, the assessment. I don't know. Would you go as far as to say Diego is clinical?
Yes, for me, I think he's a clinical finisher. He just gets the injuries. That's it.
Okay. Is for you, Brian, is Diego a clinical finisher in your terms of the word?
Well, I'm not going to get into semantics about what people term clinical. I just think, is he?
What is your assessment? I'm not asking about
Well,
other
it's just
people's
one of
assessment.
those words. That's the thing. It's just one of those words that people kind of pick out to say, isn't it? It's just someone who probably best way I would look at it is someone who scores more often than not. Basically, that's everybody is around that,
Mm-hmm.
but someone that can, more often than not, they will score. But it's just a good finisher under pressure. That's someone who's clinical. Is someone who doesn't need. Yeah. No, actually, I suppose if you say to me what someone who's clinical, I would say someone who'd be clinical who would be someone who might only need 2 chances in a game or 1 chance in a game, and more often they'll finish it. Maybe something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think Jota's always been even I don't even see Jota as a number 9. He's a bit of a kind of a floaty player as well, but he's someone who I think
Or just as a
can
clinical
finish.
forward,
Can finish his first chance in a game.
I
Definitely.
don't want to get too hung up on whether it's
No, I just mean that's
9.
another one. That's someone someone who can finish their first chance in a game. That's someone who's clinical, I suppose. Yeah,
Mhm.
I think he's I don't want to say he is or not, but I think I think Jota's a great finisher. Yeah, I've always thought that he's one of the best headers that we have. for such a small guy. He's a great header of the ball. So I
Mhm.
think he's just a great all-round finisher. Yeah.
Okay. Same for you, Lee.
Sorry, I wandered off him.
Diego. Yeah, no worries. Diego, clinical
Good
finisher.
finisher, clinical
you?
finisher.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Diogo, yeah, very much so. Yeah. Clinical definitely applies to him, yeah. It's not an exaggeration to refer to him as clinical when he's fit and firing.
Okay. Just interesting. I had this conversation was brought up. It was on a tangent on another show, but I was involved with the conversation in a remote way. So I thought I'd bring it up and see what everyone else's assertions were. Because it's just I hear the word clinical thrown around so loosely, and it was connected to our issue with, or our, what is the future for our number 9 on this team, and not necessarily the one that has the number 9 on his back, just saying just the number 9 role on this team. And it was just interesting because I kept hearing, we need a clinical finisher, we need a clinical striker, we need a clinical number 9, we need a clinical is always being thrown out there. And I'm just like, what is clinical then? Just tell me what clinical is, because like I hear it's the same thing as like when I hear ambition. Like we all know what ambition is, but what is your interpretation of the bar for what makes ambition, or what makes someone clinical? That's what I'd like to hear and see sometimes when we get into these conversations, because I just didn't necessarily see it for that. That's why I was just wondering what it was for all of you on the panel. I see Robert's assessment was the word clinical. The clinical phase is a bit of a myth. You have your good seasons and your bad. Okay. Understand that.
Well, they're saying, aren't they, that someone can finish with a surgical precision if they're clinical. That's what they mean, aren't they? And yeah, Jota can do that. Loads of forwards. It's a weird one because loads of forwards, have got it in them, but don't do it all the time. And then there's other forwards who are just like do it all the time.
Oh no, yeah. There was someone in the conversation, Lee, yesterday or today, excuse me, that was telling me that Diego isn't clinical because he missed that header yesterday, that sitter of a header.
Yeah, everyone.
Okay, because he missed one header, he's not clinical.
He missed them.
Yeah, no, that's what that was the reference, is that because he missed the header yesterday, he wasn't clinical. And I didn't understand that, because I'm sitting there going like, well, I've seen Holland miss sitters. I've seen Isak, who's now the talk of the town, miss sitters. I've seen Lewandowski miss sitters. I mean, forwards will miss opportunities every once in a while. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're not clinical.
Maybe soon we'll have this like a super forward who never ever misses ever.
Oh yeah,
I haven't seen it yet, but maybe it's coming in the future.
Well,
like future of
all you have to do is look at look again, stats without context, but just one stat on its own. Okay, big chances missed.
Mm-hmm.
You'd say that the striker who's missed the most big chances wouldn't be clinical, right?
No, yeah, I wouldn't. I know where you're going with this, but I know. Yeah, I wouldn't. I personally
most big chances missed in the last 2 seasons. This season,
goal scorers. Yeah.
Well, this season,
Normal.
it's our boy and Erling. It's always Haaland.
Mm-hmm.
It's Haaland.
Mm-hmm.
So they all missed. Like, that's the thing. I just said, to me, it's probably someone who's clinical is probably, see, like Pele missed, Maradona missed, Messi missed. It's like, do you score more than you miss? It's probably being close to, what these people are talking about. But yeah, it's Erling Haaland will always, this season and last season, most big chances missed, Erling Haaland. But most goals scored. So yeah, it can, the missing chances thing. Yeah, you'll see Isak miss open goals. Well, not like stand in front of him, but you'll see him miss good chances you'll see whoever else is, Haaland, Hoyland, Mo Salah, for God's sake. Some of the chances Mo Salah misses.
Mhm.
Do you think, that was the argument for 3 years. Like, oh yeah, Mo is great and all that, and there people are looking at the numbers going, and I get that he scored 22 goals, but he's not clinical. That was the argument for 2 years. That's where clinical first came
Right.
out for me
Yeah.
on YouTube, was with Mo Salah. People were saying,
Agreed.
"Oh, Mo isn't
Agreed.
clinical," and we're like, "Well, yeah, he kind of isn't, because he misses some of the easiest shit you'll ever see, but then
Mhm.
2 seconds later he's scoring a goal."
Mhm.
That's Mo. Mo always misses his rangefinder, and he
Mhm.
might have one or two rangefinders, and it's like, dude, how
That's a good
did you
word to
miss that?
use. Mhm.
And it's just give me another second, give him the next chance, and he's bending it past the keeper like it's the
Mhm.
easiest thing in the world. But that was the thing. It's like, oh, Mo's not clinical. He's not clinical. It's like, yeah, but how can you say? And I was like, they're kind of right. But like, he scored 22 goals or 28 goals.
The
And I
thing
could
is,
kind of agree with him that he isn't clinical, because he misses
mm,
incredibly easy chances sometimes,
he
Right.
does. He's a winger.
because they all do. They all do. Have you ever played football? That's what I feel like saying to some of these guys. Have you ever played football? You're like kicking a ball into the back. Sometimes it doesn't go in. Even if
Mhm.
you're Aguero, even if you're sometimes it doesn't. I mean, yeah, I don't want to go down the whole have you ever played it, but sometimes I genuinely wonder if some of these people have ever had a football at their feet in their life. Some of these guys,
Mhm.
with the way they talk, you know?
Mhm. Yeah, that's just. I thought that was interesting because you're right. Some of the assertions is like at times people will say, "Oh, well, Salah is so clinical. He's so clinical," and then I've heard the counter argument of that being he's not clinical at all because he misses so many opportunities. Blah 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 blah. And then you start looking at his numbers and the goals and the likes, and it's like, okay, well, it doesn't matter if he's clinical or not, as long as he puts the ball in the back of the net. That's the only thing that really matters. But yeah, it was just an interesting conversation. I thought that I do have something that I'm going to put together to kind of go into it a little bit deeper. But I wanted to just hear your opinions without like colluding it with my own. I'll have my own segment or own little episode here shortly that I'm going to put together just to kind of address some things I've been hearing and some of
Don't
the
have an
takes that I
episode.
keep seeing. Huh?
Don't have an episode.
No, don't have that kind of episode. But I mean, like
Don't
a
have one of those
recorded.
episodes.
Yeah, I'll have a record. I'm gonna try to put a pre-recorded thing or something. I'm gonna try to do something like that. Maybe even do
Nice.
because I've done a couple of those before, but yeah, I just wanted to be so you don't sit here and listen to me, go off of some script or something. But
Mm.
let's do this. Let's do this. There is something that I did want to do. We're in the final 30 of this. We're probably going to be able to ride out the final 30 of this to be able to see the end result of this Manchester United Leicester game, and also be able to get in some ratings for our team from yesterday. So let me get this queued up for us, and let's get into some ratings. Let's get into some ratings. Give me 1 second here. And let me make sure I have this all set. So I don't have my preset ratings in. I have them written down, but I don't have them into the actual graphic. So I'll have to adjust the ratings as we speak. But let's get into this. All right. So yesterday, I all know. Actually, I'm going to change the goalkeeper too because Ali did not play. So that's one thing I'll have to change real quick. We saw us get into an affair with Tottenham at Anfield, and that did not result very well for Tottenham, but it did result well for us.
Wow.
No way. 2-0.
What's that?
No, Leicester made a world-class clearance off the line, and Man United
Oh.
equalised. Yeah.
Still 1-0, yeah?
Yeah, still 1-0, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any big changes? Man United thrown it. Sorry, 12 hours. Have they made like any big tree substitution type things or anything?
Yeah, Ganacho's come on and Xerxes come on. So yeah.
Okay.
Chopping and a changing.
Chopping and a changing. Well, let's chop and change up these people's scores. So we had Kelleher yesterday. Let me bring up my scores as well. We had Kelleher yesterday. What was your rating for Kelleher yesterday?
Straight 70. I'll kick it off. Straight 70.
70? Okay. Yeah, let's just go across the screen here. Milante?
75.
Okay. Lee?
Yeah, tough. He didn't have to do anything, did he? Which isn't his fault.
Not to do.
2.
Nothing to do. 72. There's your bingo call.
Yeah, do 72. Yeah. Okay.
Hmm.
All right. Let me put that score down for him. Let's do a 71. Let's do a 71. That's in between all of our ratings. I had him at a 70 as well. All right. So next on our number list, Captain O'Captain, the man who got a standing ovation for once he was substituted for Virgil van Dijk. Let's go Lee this time. Lee, what was your rating for Virg?
Yeah, he was really good. I'll give him 85.
Okay. Lante?
90.
90. Okay.
Yep.
Robert's giving him 100. Okay. Brian?
Yeah, especially I think if nobody is subscribed to, I think it's called Panenka LFC. It's a really good channel.
Mm-hmm.
And they were doing a breakdown on it earlier on. They were the one where I saw they showed the video of him going over and pretending to help Richarlison up. And when Richarlison went to take his hand, he pulled it away. He's like, "No, man, jeez." Well, he's getting at least 5 extra points for that.
Oh, I haven't seen
Oh, it's classic. Yeah, it was later on. Richarlison's on the ground, and Virgil goes over, puts the arm out. Come on, help you up, and Richarlison goes to put his hand out and take it. Virgil just like turns around and walks off. So yeah, bit of fun at the start. Bit of fun in games. Did his switches? He was doing everything. Yeah, he's got to be high. 92. 92.
92. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I had him at 85 as well.
Yeah, he's getting extra for the Richarlison shit, you see.
Yeah, we got to at least give him a 90. Robert gave him 100. Jimmy gave him a 90. You guys all gave him somewhere in the 90s. Only me and Nolante gave him 85. So.
No, it was me and you.
Oh, it was okay. My fault.
Nolante hasn't rated him yet.
I gave him it too low, actually. Well, anyway, I've done it now. It's been said.
I thought Nolante, did you not give him a rating?
Yeah, I've already given him a rating. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
did you?
Nice.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's right, bro. No.
Oh, you're in and out. You were in and out quick.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's give him a 90. Well done. Well done.
I'd love to know what score Richarlison would give him.
Let's go on to Ibu. What was Ibu's rating yesterday for you? Let's start with Nolante this time.
Okay. 12. Just ask. Are we doing pick the one player to elaborate over the performance?
Yeah.
Okay. Ibu, 80.
80. Okay.
Yeah.
Brian.
Yeah, that was what I was going to do. 80. Doesn't get the extra VVD points, so he can't get 9 up there. So yeah, 80 sounds good to me.
Okay. Lee?
I give him 83.
83. Okay.
Just 2 behind Virgil.
Okay.
0.2 behind Virgil.
Okay. I see Jimmy gave him an 82. Robert gave him a 90. Okay. A lot of 80s. I'll just go with the consensus and stick with, I'll give him an 81 then. All right.
See what he's pulling his shirt.
Yeah. He's getting it in.
Yeah.
How about for Robbo? Let's start with Brian.
I thought he actually had quite a good game.
I agree.
Yeah, not as he's playing slightly kind of different. He's not the old Buccaneer and Robbo, but he's still having an effect. So just a touch above Canade, so 82.
Okay. Nolante?
Yeah, same with Brian. 82.
82. Okay. Lee?
I'm gonna give
Robbo?
him 80. I'm gonna give him 84.
There you go. Get in. That's what I gave him. I gave him 84 too.
It's the old Robbo. It was the old Robbo. The safe and secure at the back Robbo. The no worry Robbo.
Yeah. Robert gave him 82. Jimmy gave him an 80. Okay, so let's get him in at a 8. You gave him, since you guys gave him 82 and we gave him 84. Let's give him an 83. Make it cool in between. All right. How about for Connor? What would you go with Connor, Nolante?
Ooh, Connor had a great game. Assist 92.
High praise, 92. Okay. Lee, how about for you?
I'll give him an 83.
Ooh, okay. Thought you gave him a little higher, but all right, 83. All right. So 92 and an 83. How about for you, Brian?
Yeah, he just do you remember when he came in first and he had like this really explosive impact? Like a couple of assists and a goal, and he got an assist and a goal or something like that. It's I was like, geez, who is this kid? Kind of thing. That was a bit more. He was a bit more like that last night. That dropped off, and that's completely understandable. You can't expect him to come and do that every game. He came in a bit more solid, but last night he showed that bit of don't worry, lads. That wasn't a flash in the pan. He's still that good.
Right.
Once he gets comfortable, he'll open the taps up again. Don't worry about it. So encouraging. 89.
89. Okay. So 83, I believe Lee gave him, right? Nolante, you gave him a 92, right?
Yeah.
89 from Brian. I had him at an
92s.
88, but 92 from Jimmy, a 92 from Robert. Yeah, he's got to be in the 90s at least. How about we bring him in as a solid 90 since we gave maybe 91. Give him 91. Why not? Because that was a great the tackle on Sun was a great. I like the fact that he gets in on some of those tackles, commits to them, and he actually does really well.
That's the moments of the night. That's the moments of the night.
Yeah. Abdul gave him a 90. Okay, we're there with you. We'll give him 91.
Like I said it after the game. He's got this little book. He's got Mbappe, check. Son.
Yeah.
It's like Vinny. Then you've got all these little Vinny Jr. But yeah, he's got his little list.
Yeah. It's 1-1. Lalante's just told us
Oh,
1-1.
Jesus. What happens there then? Replay or penalties or extra time? Or what happens?
Ooh, I do not know.
I think you know what? I think it's a replay. You know. Oh, let me double check.
Yeah, because
Actually, let me
they
find
only
out.
changed that shit in the League Cup, but I'm not sure
Yeah.
if they changed it in the FA Cup.
I hope not. It'd be nice to see though, because then they'd have to go to Leicester too.
Yeah, I don't know if Ant travels for FA Cup games. I don't know. Probably going to Manchester for an FA Cup game might be a bit,
Mm-hmm.
a bit much midweek. But
Oh, unfortunately not. Yeah, it's just extra time pens, so no replay.
oh, no replays.
I
Oh,
know, it's a shame.
okay.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Oh, that kills it for the smaller clubs then.
Yeah. All right. How about for gravy? What's for Grav? Let's start with Lee. Or no, actually, sorry, Lee. Let's start with Nolante since that's it. Since this is Nolante's guy.
Oof.
He got very close to honoring your commitment to him scoring in this.
Yeah, that was unlucky. The post and the time, yeah. Oh God, Gravy had a good game. He didn't even need to be at his best, but he's controlling himself. Just again, so silky with the ball, and then the post. 88 for Gravy.
Okay. Okay. How about for you, Brian?
Yeah, he's just becoming the. It's just I just think he's not. You don't notice this kid most of the time, and that's the highest compliment I can pay him. You just don't even notice that he's in one of the most pivotal roles in the middle of the pitch, and most of the time, unless you're paying specific attention, you don't even notice him because he's just so good and quiet and tidy. But I guarantee, his future is not in that role. It's one
Mhm.
further forward because we've seen it the last couple of games. Him breaking forward, getting into the box, doing little shimmies. DMs don't do that. Holding midfielders don't do that. Rodri doesn't do that. These boys. Well, actually, sorry, Rodri does do that shit sometimes, but Gravenberg has so much more to offer than just sitting and knitting it together from the back. It just shows you how good he is. That he can actually, I suppose this probably counts as my going off on one player, so I'll take it as that.
Yeah, it
But
does. It does,
yeah,
so go
no,
with
just
it. Go with
incredible.
it.
No, just incredible. I mean, I saw him the other night drop his shoulder and beat a guy on the right hand side of the box, and I had to check for a second. Is that Mo Salah or Dom Szoboszlai? No, it's Ryan Gravenberg. What's he doing up there in the first place? But no, he's jinking past people like he's a right winger. This guy has so much more to offer than just sitting there getting it and giving it. Now, the next question is who loses? I don't care, right? Get him further forward, get him playing box to box next season, and we will see potentially, given what he's learned by playing this position now, sitting and holding and passing it and learning. Can you imagine an unleashed Ryan Gravenberch with someone in behind him,
Mhm.
allowing him to get forward and doing those kind of runs? I think we could have a phenomenal footballer, not just a great one, a phenomenal one. I don't think there's anything this guy can't do. And right now, we're giving him the best grounding. So you might see him in a Vieira role. That's where I want to see him, having the freedom to also get forward because his skills on the ball for someone of his profile, it's untapped so far. I think his potential is completely untapped. So I don't want to go over the top on it, but I mean, I'm extremely excited about how good this guy could be. Like top level shit. One of our better players in the last 20, 30 years, if he keeps going, progressing like this. Phenomenal footballer. Absolutely. So
you gave him
50.
I was gonna say you gave him a low score.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
Nice build up. Nice build up.
Yeah. Yeah. Drop him in with a 90,
90.
Just so good. Just so he's getting to that level of VVD-ness.
Mhm.
You know, we're like, well, obviously he had an 8 out of 10. You know what I mean? But it's like, well, obviously he was 8 out of 10. So it's just, oh, well, you had to have an extra game to get an 85. It's worse. Yeah. Special footballer.
Okay. How about for you, Lee?
Yeah, he was good in midfield as Virgil was in defence. Yeah, I'll give him 86.
86. Cool. So 90, 86. I had him at a 84, but there's some well over voted. It's looking like it's going to be a 90 at least for him. Most people gave him a 90. All right. How about for that's for graph. Make sure you see the score. How about for Dom? Let's start with Lee on this one. Dom.
Give him 83.
83. All right. Interesting. Nolante?
89.
89. Okay. And for you, Brian, Dom?
87.
87. Okay. For Dom, I had him at a 93.
Okay.
That was with Robert. He was
Interesting.
absolutely. If you look at his numbers, the fact that he was able to get the same type of numbers, he had 5 shots in this game. That's the most I think he's possibly had all year. But he was 6 out of 12 for his ground duels. So yeah, I had him at 93. Dom had an 88 from Jimmy, 93 from Robert, 93. So what would you say the average would be for that one? Do you think? What's a safe average for what we all went through?
So Dom 93, Dom 88, 80. Give him a 90. Just give him a 90.
90.
Yeah, just give him a 90.
He gets our Capri Sun player of the game.
Okay. That's the new one. The new one, especially exclusively on 12 man.
No, it is because that's yeah. It's a Beijing Reds reference. That's why.
Oh, Baker,
all right.
that's okay.
Yeah. Let's go on then to Curtis Jones. Mr. Jones, who I thought had a good game yesterday. Some people didn't agree, but Curtis Jones. Brian, you want to start this one off? Maybe. Oh, Brian's on mute, so he must be busy with something. So I'll go with Nolante.
Okay. Curtis, aka CJ. You know what? I thought he was all right. I thought he was a bit sloppy with his passes in the first half, but I think he grew into the game, personally. 85 for me. 85 Curtis.
That's a really good rating. Okay, 85.
Yeah.
Lee?
I'll give Curtis 82.
Okay. Guys are okay. I feel like really bad about my score. All right.
Banished.
Before Brian's still on mute, so I'll just say 80. It looks like an 80 from Robert, 78 from Jimmy. I was closer to Jimmy's score than I was to anyone else's score. I had him at a 76. I thought it was a solid. It was a C. If I was giving him a letter grade, it'd be like a C performance.
Okay.
But like, yeah.
So just waiting for Brian.
Yeah, just waiting for Brian to see if he wanted to get a score in. But if not, let's see, 80, 76, 70, 80. You guys gave him like higher 80s. I'll just give him an 80. That would be like a B minus.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, it's that way inclined.
So, all right. Then we move on to Agent Cody.
Agent Cody.
Agent Cody gets what for you? Player that is certainly starting to make a real difference in a lot of people's evaluations of a player that was not really was on the verge of being given up on by some. Don't know why. But Agent Cody. What is Agent Cody? So I see Brian's back. I see Brian's back. So I asked, what is your rating for Agent Cody? I know Cody, he's high on Cody as well. He thinks so.
No, you can't help those people, dude. You can't help them.
Yeah.
We've reached out enough. We've tried. You can't help those people. So, yeah, someone who I think completely cemented now in the team.
Yeah.
Not his greatest super game. So, I've been giving a lot of high scores.
He got man of the match too, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
I didn't understand that, to be honest with you. I thought he had a good game, but I didn't think he had man of the match game. Because I just think other people had better games than him in that game.
I like that though. I like when we can argue about like 3 or 4 of our players could have man of the match.
Yeah,
I really like
absolutely.
Yeah.
Geez, I went big on some people. Then I want to get. I'll give him 85.
85 for Cody. Okay, Milante.
Cody, 88.
Okay. Big up Chris Angel in the house. I see you. Let's go. How about for you, Lee?
I'll give Cody an 85.
Okay. Cody got a 90 from Robert, a 90 from Jimmy. I think I don't know if that's I think that's 100 maybe from Chris.
Yeah, he's saying everybody gets 100 is what he's saying.
How?
That's basically Chris's way of saying everybody gets 100.
Yeah, he's happy that
he's such a generous, positive
Chris's
guy. He's such a generous,
that's Chris's
positive
way of
guy.
saying,
Yeah,
Chris Angel's account has been hacked.
Yeah.
This is
participation trophies for everyone and 100.
There
That's
you
pure Chris. He's such a
blink twice if you're okay,
kind-spirited
Chris.
person.
That kind of situation.
Yeah.
All right, we'll give. Seems like 90 is the shout for Cody. I'm down with that. How about for Mr. Nunez? I know it's going to be difficult to do, but how about for Darwin? Big up, Sean.
Hi, Sean. How you doing, man? Happy Friday.
Definitely.
Indeed.
TGIF to you. Definitely. Happy TGIF. And big up to Red Archer supporter too, by the way. Just joining.
Oh, Red's in. Oh yeah, nice one. 90 for
Lee, Darwin. You still have a player you can talk about, both of you. Still have a player. Brian used his spotlight player.
By accident, but anyway, doesn't matter.
I'll give Darwin an 82.
An 82. Okay. How about for you, Brian?
Okay.
I see that.
Right.
I see for why Chris
Friday
is
night.
Friday night, and the feeling's right.
So what was it? What was he was saying before? What's that drink he was talking about? The Colombian drink.
Aguardiente.
Oh yeah. Aguardiente. What? Say it.
Aguardiente.
Aguardiente.
It's
Nice.
it's like the Sambuca stuff. It's
Okay.
like a licorice. It's not like it tastes like licorice.
Yeah,
That's why.
nice.
But it's like a clear it's like Sambuca, so it's like clear, not like Jägermeister, which is like that
Maybe
dark.
he's still, or maybe he's just on the California local beer. I don't know. I will say 79, 78.
78?
Yeah.
Okay. And Nolante?
I would say Chris is getting drunk because his missus has left him for the weekend and he's on a Friday night sabbatical.
Yeah. Gotta be home watching the kids.
Exactly, you know what I mean? You know, like him, yeah. Miss Babe. It's all right, Chris. Mr. Angel, we won't tell your missus. It's all right. We won't tell the wife. But stays in there, stays in there.
That's right. That's right.
Listen, Darwin, I'm going to talk about Darwin. I'm going to use my card.
Okay.
Look,
Oh, wow. Wait a minute.
Oh, happy
Whoa.
birthday, man. Sorry, Nolante, but
Yeah,
happy
sorry,
birthday,
Nolante.
Miss Angel.
Oh,
Happy
my bad.
birthday.
Okay, so
No, he
I'll take.
popped it up just as you were.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's cool.
Oh, happy birthday, man. Hope you get lucky tonight. I'm sure you will.
Yeah.
Lucky
So maybe the missus is around.
Exactly, yeah. No wonder. He's in high spirits.
Yeah.
His favorite player is not
He's
playing in the
like-
Liverpool team anymore.
That's right. It's about to be in his birthday suit.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I mean, we digress. I mean, that's privately. Enjoy, Chris. You know,
There you go.
as the
21
lovebirds do, birds and the
21
bees and
again.
all that. Yeah. So obviously, this is the pre-warm up. But anyway, back to Darwin. I'm gonna use my card. So
Okay, do it.
Look, I mean, how many times do we have to talk about this guy till we're blue in the moon? We hate him, he's not clinical, and this and that. I get it and I understand. I like to be very constructive, even if I don't rate the player, you know what I mean? So, look, last night, Darwin was on point. That is the Darwin we want to see, and that's the Darwin we need. We're finding him a bit more, which again, some cases Darwin has unfortunately missed chances and stinked it out. But in some cases, like I said, that we've not played to his strength. So we cannot say that the whole season Darwin's been dead. Yes, he has in some games. I'll totally agree, but we don't play to their strengths. But anyway, back to the game. Darwin for me was all night. He was snappy. He was in and out. You know, he had the header. Was it from Mo? Oh no, 2-1. Flipping. Oh God, Leicester! I knew Leicester boy was coming. Oh God, last minute winner. Jeez, if you watch the goal, terrible defending. Honestly, terrible defending. So schoolboy, I tell you, another pack lunch. That's the worst defender I've seen for a while. But anyway, unfortunately, you know, yeah. Look, he was out all night. He had the header across from Bradley that was, you know, could have done better. Made a save. He was nippy. He was in and out all night. He won the penalty from Salah. Obviously, that's the balls he needs. Great anticipation, you know. So that was great. He won the penalty, and they had a little snapshot with Bradley's cross. But again, first time, you know. So, but there you go. And I thought I didn't want him to come off. I wanted him to stay. I thought he was having a good game, but you know, Slot does his decision. So yeah, man. You know, big up Darwin, man. If you can do more, hopefully get his goal. And we know that Cody should have squared it to him. He would have got a well-deserved goal, which he really deserved. But this is football, and yeah, I thought he done well. So let's see. I think he deserves to start against Everton. But will he? That's another question. So I'll agree with Lee's score. 82 for me. 82 for Darwin.
Oh, well, sorry, Durham or no, Durham. Alante, would you start him against Plymouth?
No, because Jota needs the game time. He needs the minute. He needs a full game. So let Jota start, and then Darwin can start against Everton.
Okay. Lee?
Sorry, what was
your rating
Darwin.
for Darwin?
Darwin.
82? I already gave you it.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, 82 for Darwin. I've kept my scores for like the whole side within like, you know, just a couple of each other. I didn't want anyone to be way out in front, anyone to be way down behind. I thought as a team, it was all, you know, the performances were around the same level from the whole team.
Okay. Yeah. Just trying to. I thought I had one set up, but I don't see it. I'll have to make sure I have it for you next time. I thought I
Who was
had
your
one
one,
for you.
actually?
No. I
he
was trying to
saying
get
everyone.
birthday something for birthday specific for Chris.
Oh,
I
sorry.
thought I had something, but I don't. But go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I just wondering because Lee was saying like he basically had everybody like within the same kind of 5-point parameter, as it were. I was just wondering who was his man of the match? Because you were
In
saying
my-
they all basically sort of who did you think stood out? Because you were saying nobody stood out, but who?
I've given me
Oh,
highest mark to Gravenberch, I think. My highest mark was Gravenberch at 86.
Okay.
And Virgil was 85. Gakpo was 85. All the others are in the low 80s. No one's gone down into 70 yet with me. No one's gone up into 90.
Okay.
I'm not shall
That's super cool. Yeah, I see if I can. I don't see it on here. I'm sorry. I didn't know it's your birthday today. Otherwise, I would have had it on. I had a. Oh wait, maybe I might have it. Let me see. I might have it. I might. All right. This is about the best I can do. Hold on 1 second. Shoot, trying to make it bigger here. All right. Give me 1 second. This one. There you go. Happy birthday to Mr. Chris Angel, by the way. Getting that little happy birthday.
From his Colombian brother.
Exactly. Somebody special's here to say happy birthday to you. He's like, I know you give me mad shade, but it's all good, brethren.
This guy.
Still love you. There you go.
We should see if Diaz does cameos.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I see you, your guy. That's your guy, Chris. That's your guy, man. Be proud. Colombian. Viva la raza. Come on, amigo.
Was he all sides?
Oh, that's what they're saying. It's miles off, but there's no VAR in the cup, so.
Yeah, I need to see it again. I mean, it's fair. There's one guy that was offside, but I don't know if that was Maguire, to be honest. So I have to watch that again.
Trudon is saying.
I know there's no offsides or no VAR, and it's no VAR in FA Cup too, all the way up.
No VAR in the FA Cup because you can't have it in every round, so they kind of.
Yeah.
Until they can have it in every match, they don't have it in any match. It's just one of the things. But yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen. Yeah, look, bloody typical United, really, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
They always still have that kind of last minute nonsense in them.
What was this? Let me see. What were the scores in the chat for Darwin? I don't think there were any scores in the chat.
No.
Only Nunez
I
got
think because
90, 83, 88 from Jimmy.
Darwin, yeah, 88, 83. That's it.
Okay.
That is it.
And we do a real quick recap since I got sidetracked with the
I went 79. I went 79.
Okay, so 79. What were the other two? What were the other two scores?
Me and Lee both said 82.
82. So 79, 82, 82, and 83, and 88. I gave Darwin an 88 also.
Okay.
Primarily because if you saw some of the numbers, you'd see why. Despite him not having because he got the penalty kick, or got the foul that led to the penalty kick, and also which was ended up being the winning goal, and also because of his defensive work ethic throughout the game. Let's give him a 84. Let's see. It's like pretty much. Give me 84. All right, so there you go, Darren, with the love.
Stop doing that, by
Mr.
the way.
Salah. Mr. Salah. What would you give Mohamed Salah? Lee, what are you giving Mo?
82.
82. Okay. How about for you, Nalante?
Another goal and assist.
Yep.
Yes, Kim Mo does Kim Mo things. He's got to be an 80, 89 for me. 89.
Okay. 82, 89. Brian.
90.
82, 89, 90. Any people in the chat want to give them any ratings in there to kind of influence the number? It's your last chance to do so if you like. 82, 89, and 90. Mo's getting a 90 for the pen. That was an incredible pen, by the way. You're right, Robert. That was an absolutely incredible pen. 89.
No, I said last night you could do a whole show on that penalty. Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Very few players have ever had that much confidence stepping up to it. It's blew my mind.
To put it where he put it, yeah. To do and put him where
With
he
the
put it.
power. Oh.
Yeah. Because that easily could either hit the bar or go over. I mean, this couple, just a slight mishit, but that like went right into the upper corner. All right. Looks like 89 is going to be his score. And now we're on to subs. So Kwanzaa was subbed in, but he only got 3 minutes and change. Lucha was subbed in, and so was Elliott, but they only got 8 minutes and change. So I don't really want to rate that off of them for that reasons. Really, that's not like a lot of time to really do much. But McAllister and Diego are all open game to be rated on because they both got plenty of time. They got in at the 72nd minute. So they definitely got enough time to make an impression. So there's only 2 players, so let's just go through the panel. What would you have given let me bring up McAllister. What are you going to give Mac? Mac will be the first we'll do. Let's go to you, Nalante. What are you going to give Macca?
Maka, I thought when he came on, done well. Good cameo for 20, 25 minutes. Start, the move that slick move for the third goal, his passing to Bradley. So yeah, McAllister's done well. So I'll give him 70, 75.
Okay. How about for you, Brian?
Yeah, I always rate subs lower, not because I think they had a worse game. It's just because I was contracted a bit. So I think he probably had like a good game when he came. So like to me it'd be 65, something like that. But that's a really good subs performance. That's a B plus for a sub.
Okay.
That's what I mean.
Okay. All right. Then how about for you, Lee?
How long was it? 25 minutes with injury time?
20, like about 20 minutes with injury time. I think there was 3 minutes plus for injury time, and they had subbed it in at the 72nd minute.
Yeah, there was a lot of injury time in the first half, and he was at nearly 7.5 minutes.
Yeah.
But in the second half, only a couple of minutes, I think.
It's always hard, and it with subs to give them a mark. 70.
70. All right.
Yeah. It was a good subs performance from him, yeah. Him and Shota made a big difference when they come on, didn't he?
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So you gave him a 68, I think you said, right? And a 72. How about for you, Nolante?
Or for Mac?
Mm-hmm.
I already gave my rating for Mac. I said
Oh,
75.
75.
Yes,
So 75, 75, 72, and a 68. And Jimmy
I
gave him
give
a
him
70,
65.
65, excuse me.
I think Lee gave him 70.
60, okay, that's awful. 65, 70, 75, and then 78, 78. Okay. 79 from Red Armchair Supporter. Definitely gonna have to look and give him, I'd say 75 is fair. I had him at 75 anyway. So I think 75 is fair. Came in, got the assist. He was the one who actually put in one, probably our best corner of the night. So all right. Last but not least, Diego, Mr. Clinical, or Mr. Not So Clinical to some. Got in at the 72nd minute with Maka. What were you thinking of his performance? Nolante, what was your assessment?
Just done well. Should have scored with a header. 65.
65. Brian. Or Lee. Go Lee. Because Brian's on mute.
Give him the same as McAllister, because I thought the two of them did well when they came on.
Yep.
We just took the game away from them. So I'll give him a 7, like McAllister.
75? Or 70, right? 70. Right.
Same as McAllister. I thought the two of them has a really good impact when they came on, and that's when we took the game away from them, won it 3 and 4-0.
Okay. And Brian. Hata. The shot.
Same as just a 70, just on the minutes.
70? Okay.
Yeah.
70.
No,
Okay.
because I can't give him. Yeah. 6. No, I gave someone else less than that, and they played full game. So 67.
67. Okay. 74 from Robert. 79 from. Or no, I don't know if that's for. No, I think the 79. That one's for Macca. So 74 for Robert. 70 from Jimmy. All right, let's give him I think a 70 is decent to give him. I only had him at like he didn't really have, it was weird because he only got like 10 touches. 73 from Red Armchair Supporter. Yeah, he didn't really get that involved in the game, but all good. Finally, let's get into Arnie. Let's get into what we would rate Arnie, at least. Where that gets clipped up. Lee, Arnie, the slot machine.
I'll give him a 90.
A 90, okay.
Yeah.
Brian, slot machine for you.
Job done well. 88. No, not 88. 85.
85, okay. 90, 85, and Nolante.
Can I just confirm Diaz, Elliott, and Kwanzaa for just stepping on the pitch, all 100.
There you go.
Slot machine, yeah. Can't complain. It's got to be in the 90s, man. 92. 92 for me.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like it's consensus of at least a 90. Jimmy gave him a 90 to the boss. Robert had it at 87, but I think 90 is where we're going to call it. Make sure get the score in for him. All right. And we have a rating for Arnie at 90. That brings us to man of the match. Who was your man of the match? Just put a name in the chat. Who's your man of the match? And we will have the consensus be given to that man. So, Brian, who's your man of the match?
Oh, it's too many names. He's thinking about this too hard. It's a hard one.
It's too hard. It's a difficult one. All right. We'll let him mull over it a little bit. Okay.
No, I finished mulling. The mulling is finished.
Okay.
I would say Ryan Gravenberch in my most, or Ryan Gravenberch.
Okay, going a bit Dutch there, bro. Okay. Been spending some of your days in the old dam, have you?
Gravy gets the shout. Okay. Nalante, who is your man of the match?
But I'll give it to the young Northern Irishman, Conor Bradley. Conor Bradley.
Okay. And Lee, what is yours?
I'll give it to Gravenberch.
Oh, okay. Super Gravy. All right. Waiting to see if any votes come in from the chat. Just waiting.
Yeah, I put a music question in there for any of you guys if you're interested.
Oh, okay. I also see that Roy Keane just said something too about the linesman.
Interesting.
Yeah, he's a playing offside. Yeah, seen it again. Yeah. What can you do? And if FAR doesn't come in until the 5th round, so there will be FAR. The FA Cup doesn't come into the 5th round, the next round.
There's a question, Lee. You're a music man. Alante, you're a music lover. 12 man, you know your soul. So, I've only changed one word. You said you made the phrase there, Mr. Clinical, as you said, which made me think of this song, and I've only changed one word. That's clinical, and that's a lyric from the song. So if anybody can tell me what song that is, I've only changed the word clinical. The rest is taken straight from the song.
How many more times, Led Zeppelin?
Yep.
Led Zeppelin do that. They're taking it from something else, though. He must have nicked it from somewhere, Robert Plant.
That's what they do.
I know the song's on the tip of my tongue. I know what song you're talking about.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if you do, because you know your soul. I'm giving you a big hint there. So, anyway, no, we can move on. Let it burrow into the back of your head, and you'll get it eventually.
Yeah, no.
I've only changed one word. As soon as you said Mr. Clinical, the song was straight in my head, and I was just like,
I know this. I know you're talking about. I can't think of it off the top of my head though. Let's see.
those are the best ones.
Let's see.
Yeah, Sir Roy Keane said basically they got away with one. Is what I'm hearing. Okay.
Yeah.
Have you seen a replay, Nolante? Was it his big slab head that was offside, or was he clearly offside, or
Yeah, he's
was it a
offside. He came
travesty of
back.
justice?
Yeah, he came back from an offside position. So when the
Oh, it's one of those ones. It's one of
yeah,
those where okay, tricky kind of little. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
but the linesman is still obvious that the linesman, like, but slab beds, they need a bit of luck, old toilet, and they got it.
Jeez.
Oh, we missed it. I'm
Would you
thinking of
take
two
him?
songs.
I know
Have
one.
you got a
I know
guess?
one, but it's not that song.
Oh, you're still doing it. Sorry for fucking with your brains. I was trying to move it, but have you got a guess now, Dante?
Have I got what?
Have you got a guess?
Is the name of
For the
the
song?
name of
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not it because I know I was looking at the lyrics of the song and yeah, it wouldn't match up.
Oh, don't Google stuff. Oh, you're not allowed cheating.
you're not allowed to
You're out
Google.
there.
No, I'm not
Googling
cheating. No,
lyrics.
I'm just saying. No, I'm not cheating. I'm just saying the song it just doesn't add up. You put the name
Okay,
of the
cool.
song, so I'm just thinking in my head.
But what was your guess?
No, it's Shaggy, Mr. Bombastic.
Yeah, I know. That's in my head too. That's what
Exactly.
No.
they call me Mr.
Exactly. It's not it. Exactly. It is. See,
No.
both knows. See? Yeah. Yeah, it's
But I'm
not because of the.
I know. I'm like sitting there going, I know that's not the song.
Exactly.
No,
It's
that's
told, you
not
see? You see?
No.
Being talk on the same page, you see? Ain't no cheating there. Call me
No
Mr. Bane. Bane. No, it can't be that.
I said he knows his soul, so
I know.
there's a
I think
clue
I
there
know
for-
what you're talking about, but I'm trying to think of what the because it's an Otis Redding song.
Yes, it is. I'll give it to you. It's Mr. Pitiful by Otis Redding.
Okay, there's another
Mr.
band that
Pittsburgh,
sings it.
okay.
That's why too. It's like I think it's
No,
like
but but no, the song is Mr. Pitiful. I mean, that's the
Yeah.
lyric is from So if I know is an Otis Redding song, but yeah, the song is Mr. Pitiful. So you were right with Otis. It's yeah.
because you said soul, so I was thinking of like soul
Yeah.
soul singers.
Yeah,
But I
that's
couldn't
it.
think
Yeah,
of
Mr. Pitiful.
but for some reason, Mr. Bombastic kept going.
But he
on
wrote
my-
it. It's an Otis.
It kept going. And Otis Redding does not sing Mr. Bombastic, so
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
like,
So the lyrics is like, yeah,
trying
it
to put it
doesn't.
together. I'm like, oh, I know it's an Otis Redding song, but in my head, I kept hearing, they called me Mr. Bombastic, and I'm like, oh man, get out of my head. So, good call with that. Good call. There's someone that there's a band that did a remix of that song, Mr. Pitiful.
Oh, no doubt. It's a great song. But he was actually known as Mr. Pitiful, and it sounds kind of strange. Oh, I'm so pitiful. But back then it was he became known as that because of the emotion in his voice, the kind of the longing in his voice. And it was the idea was that like when he sung a love song, women would just feel so much pity for him that they wanted to go and love him. It wasn't that he was pitiful, as we kind of seen as a pejorative these days, but he was known as Mr. Pitiful almost because he had this incredible voice where it was just like when he sang a love song, oh my God, that guy sounds like he has his heart broke. And you just pity him so much, you want to go and love him. And so that's why he wrote the song called, they call me Mr. Pitiful. That's how I got my fame, was by singing those broken-hearted. So anyone's ever heard Otis Redding sing will know exactly what we're talking about. But
Yeah.
wow, what
After the guest on the Led Zeppelin one, because they ripped it off. Yeah, they call me Mr. Pitiful. It was on How Many More Times on the first Led Zeppelin album. Robert Plant did that. It's in the middle of like a long song about like how his birds left him and all this shit, like or whatever. How many more times? But yeah, Otis Redding, I was going to chuck that in there, but I thought I'd just leave it and see what played out.
Play it early, man. If you got a card, play it early.
I actually said it. I think I heard it actually. I think I heard that like that's where it came from an Otis Redding song. But yeah, he has got a lovely voice. My mum likes Otis Redding, Sam Cooke. It's just like that. That's her favourite type of thing.
Otis and Aretha. Oh my God, Jesus. Yeah, to me, man. I've never been in that gospel kind of world, but Otis and Arita. You can't get much better than that.
No, can't. They were, yeah. Another too many of our greats gone too soon. Gone way too soon.
Sort of get used
this
to those
it looks like
passing away, but it's never nice when it's an artist that you like, is it? You know, when they pass away.
I think, have we gotten all our votes in for the man of the match?
Not many, really. We kind of derailed it there with my Otis question, but let's see. Not seen any MOTM shouts.
Mm-hmm. Think.
Looks like you got the final full 12. So it looks like 2 for Grav and 2. Oh, okay, change that. Oh, 2 for Bradley, 2 for. Okay. 2 for Grav, 2 for Bradley.
Wait, 2 for Bradley, 2 for who?
Gravy. So Brian and Lee.
One for Dom.
Yeah. Me and I think it's Jimmy who said Bradley. Yeah.
Shoot.
A lot of pressure, 12.
I know, it's a lot of pressure.
Know what your bread and butter is. Oh.
Well, Bradley one. 2 for Bradley, 2 for Dom.
Yeah, that was Jimmy's.
2 for Bradley, 1 for Verge, 2 for Bradley, 2 for Dom. All right. That's tough, man. Because I would have given it to Dom, to be honest with you. But I got the graphic up for
that would make it 3 2s then.
Yeah.
That would make it triple 2-way tie if you went with Dom.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
We just need someone else to vote it.
All right. I think we're gonna have to still stick with.
Well, it's up to you. Actually, you can decide.
Yeah, I know. I think we have to stick. We'll have to go with Gravy on that one. I think.
Oh, you're gonna go Gravy? Okay.
Yeah, why not? Go Gravy.
Hey, it's never a bad idea.
I did vote for Dom, but I'll give it to Gravy. Sorry, I had the graphic already.
Going with the gravy is never a bad idea, especially when it's that lazy gravy, you know.
There you go.
Yeah,
there you go.
someone wants to hold him. He's a lazy. Play that Gravy. Lazy, very lazy. I didn't deal with the lazy gravies.
Lazy Gravy.
His missus is having a baby.
What's it going to do is now we have the man of the match. Bring this down. Get into some last minute comments from the panel and anything else that you want to talk about from today or anything else you want to bring up. How about it, panel? It's up, open forum, Friday open forum here. Something you want to bring up or anything you want to talk about? You want to have your Mr. Pitiful moment?
Well, Man City have done Man City stuff again and have decided that they don't like the result of their what's the phrase for it? Their associated advertising case, the one that was separate to the stuff that's going on.
They're appealing it, you mean?
Well, no, they lost it. and now they're just basically suing back. They're now suing the Premier League, as it were. They're bringing a new case, which is challenging the. It sounds like it sounds like an appeal, but it's more than they've actually just gone. Do you know what? Yeah, fuck it, whatever. Never going to launch a counter kind of suit.
Mm.
Challenge. So they've lost that case basically, which they're still arguing. If you talk to some of their fans,
Mm.
they'll say they didn't lose. That it's the associated advertising. You know that shite. Basically about like, yeah, your owner can't own a company that all of a sudden decides to sponsor you for £1 billion. That ain't right. You know, they've now decided to challenge legally the findings of that. Not so much the fact that they, quote unquote, lost that case, just more that they've decided to say, okay, cool, you won it, but we're not going to leave it there. So it's a new legal action. So it's the associated party transaction rules, which I know is going to bore the shit out of everybody, but basically they've initiated a new legal action against the Premier League, so which they're a part of, which is always cool, right? As the champions challenge the rules on APT, is what people will call it. So basically, City have written to the league asking for arbitration over new system. The changes made response to previous arbitration brought by City, which found aspects of the APT rule to be unlawful, which is true, but they just changed the shit that wasn't like technically right. So as you will see, the new challenge relates to the amendments to the rules. So they amended the rules that City thought were unlawful, right? And now they're challenging. Manchester City seeks a declaration that the amendments approved by clubs in November, and therefore the current rules that are enforced, are unlawful and void.
You've got
So,
what are they trying to get out? What exactly are they trying to get out of it? I don't
exactly. They're just coming in and going, the changes that you guys made to those rules that we said were unlawful in the first place are now also unlawful and void. They're just fucking with people.
because now they don't.
They are
Because it
just
still
out here
doesn't.
fucking with people.
They just because it still hasn't given them the
But doesn't give them
rules.
what they want, purely, yeah.
Yeah, it just doesn't give them the way that they want the rules set up.
Yeah. No, it's just we've got all the money. If you have there's this guy I know, right? He does YouTube stuff. This guy I know. The channel I follow. And he's crazy, right? But he's this little fucking hick kid, redneck kid. That's what he called himself, not what I'm calling him. He called himself that. And he's just grown this insane bullshit. And he's become incredibly rich on YouTube, right? Grew out of poverty, had nothing. And he did a video where he was driving down the fucking highway in his Ferrari. Now he's one of these, he buys Ferraris and wrecks them. That's his whole thing, basically. But somebody cut him up and put their feet on the gas in front of him, nearly caused him to crash. And when he pulled up alongside him, started giving him the finger and all of this. And this guy has a kind of a habit, a history of doing this, right? He tracked this guy down, right? All he had was his plate and all that. He tracked this guy down, went to his house, and stood kind of peaceably on his lawn and all that, and said, like, all I just want you to do is apologize. You did this, blah blah blah. And his moral of the story was like, never fuck with somebody who has a Ferrari, because they have endless time and limitless money. Right? The point he's making is people like Manchester City, they have endless money and endless time. They can throw money at everything. Don't fuck with. They're trying to say, don't fuck with us, because we will pay millions and millions to the best lawyers in the world, drag you through every court on the planet. This is what they're trying to say to them. Don't fuck with us.
Hopefully the FA will take that as a challenge, as a gauntlet thrown
It's
down.
not the FA. It's not the FA. It's the Premier League. They are literally part of the Premier League. They're suing their own league. They're challenging their own league. It's got nothing to do with the FA.
Sorry, I meant the
Nothing to, it's yeah, they're going against themselves. They're fighting themselves. Basically, these guys are out there going, do you want to fuck with us? Because we've got endless time and endless money.
Yeah, they
We
just
will
want to.
hunt you down. This is guy. I got a YouTube channel. This is what I do for a living. I make videos. Do you think I don't have enough money to fuck around and find you? I drive a Ferrari. It's like this is what he's saying. Don't fuck around with people that have that much. That's what Man City are trying to say. Don't fuck
No,
around with us
yeah,
because we will drag you. What are you going to do? Spend 100 million of the Premier League budget on lawyers over the next 10 years to mess around with us? Because we can burn 100 million a week. We don't care. We don't care. You do.
well, isn't it?
It's
Isn't it the way this has happened to football?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's just these guys are out there. It's going. Do you want to play? We'll play. Challenge everything you do. Everything we do. Everything you do will drag you back into a court again, thinking it's finished. No, this ain't finished. There's a new legal action.
What's sad about that is that, you know,
So sad.
these are the same people that some of these they go to bat for these guys, and they're doing more harm to the league than is good with a lot of what they're trying to get done.
Oh, they've done so much harm to the league just with just their presence, their continued presence in it now does harm. They need to move from it.
And do you know why they want that? I think this is all part of it. I don't go in for conspiracies, but I think this is a long-term strategy to make people think that, well, they'd be better off just going to a Super League and getting rid of these people because that's what they want.
Mm-hmm.
They want the average person to think, well, better off without them. Go do your own Super League thing then. That's how I'd play it out.
Okay.
It hasn't gone away, the Super League thing, has it? What you
No,
say? A few
no, it's
clubs.
still there.
Yeah. Is it because Juventus one of them, apparently?
Juventus and Real Madrid.
Juventus and Madrid won't let it go.
Yeah. You got the new FIFA Club World Cup that's got like over £1 billion prize pot, 100 million for the winners. These big new tournaments they aren't going to go away.
And Man City invited to this new extended Club World Cup then, are they, this year?
Yeah, we turned it down. We turned down our invitation. We could have played in it. We turned it down.
Interesting.
Interesting. Well, some people are going to be getting a big paycheck when it comes to that tournament that's going to be in the summer, but it's also going to be more wear and tear on a lot of those players and people that are going to be participating for sure. So we'll see how that works out for them. Certainly shall see. Anything on your mind, Brian? Lee? Anything on your mind, Lante, that you wanted to say on this Friday before we let people enjoy the rest of their Fridays?
There's the only thing I'll say. I've just been reading something on one of the Liverpool websites, Anfield Decider, about the trainer. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah. Can you hear us? Because I know he logged in twice there.
Yeah, I know. I think he might not be able to hear us.
No, he definitely, yeah. Just.
I'll see if he can see us in the private chat. We can tell him. I'll tell him we can hear him. But yeah, Lee, is there anything you wanted to talk about while we work out Nolante's audio issues?
Okay. Can you hear me or not?
Yeah. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll just about one of Slot's assistants, Ruben Peters. And basically, this guy does the physical in terms of the intensity, in terms of training. So just he's implemented more sessions in the gym, in terms of the training schedule of the players, individual one-on-one with players, more ice baths and more rests. So it's incorporated in terms of them being less injuries. So I was reading something about him, so I'll give a shout out to him.
Okay.
This is helping the bodies
You know
recuperate
what? I
much
did
more.
see some of the stuff that he's been doing differently. I did see
Yeah.
an article on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
saw how he was like, how they're dealing with like certain amount, like different types of approaches to some of the training, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even the cycle that they use for like days off and the like, something along those lines.
Yeah. Exactly, 12. Yeah. And the trainings is less intense, which is very interesting. It's kind of helps benefiting right now.
It certainly is benefiting. Yeah.
Yeah.
The players seem to be responding to it well, in that they're available.
Yeah.
For the most part, they're all available. So more power to the thing, to the process.
Indeed. And getting them back. So yeah. Quite quickly. So yeah. It's a fair play to him. Whatever they're doing.
What's his name again? What's his name?
Ruben Peters.
Yeah.
But Peters is spelled the Dutch way, not the English way.
Red Armchair Supporter was asking when did he join?
No, he joined this summer with Slot, so it's all part of last year when Slot arrived. So his sessions is a big factor as well. Part of this, it's a team effort, of course. The manager, but in terms of players, in terms of recovery, they're doing a lot of players are doing yoga. I think they've inspired by Mo as well. A lot of them, so a lot of them have incorporated yoga into their training routine. So yeah, and I think whatever the medical stuff he has is very good, because they're also helping in terms of saying plays the recovery of players that get injured. So fair play to him. So big up. Yeah.
Big up. Whatever you do to keep the team fit and functional is A-okay with me. Definitely. We're going to need everyone. It's going to be a total team effort to get us all across the line. We got one final already, ticket to one final book. We're hoping that we can, proceed that procedure on another with the FA Cup this weekend, and then it's back to the grind with the Premier League and getting a very, very crucial game past the mark with a 9 to press it to a 9-point difference, as opposed to letting it slip to a 6-point difference on our second place contenders. So we shall see. But yeah, Lee, anything you want to bring up before we bounce out? Maybe not. No, yes, no. I think Lee is Lee might be in the lavatory right now. I think maybe.
He's dreaming of Wembley South. He's
maybe he's dreaming of Wembley South. Yeah, or thinking about the 80s or something. All right. Yeah, well. Yeah, so we will do a preview tomorrow for the game. Like I said, I'll be going to put together something, a pre-recorded episode. So if you do see the episode air, just know I might not be interacting with you simply because it's pre-recorded. So because I know sometimes some people they're used to you doing live streams, so you see that you sit there and you'll be typing and being like, why is this guy not answering? Just to make sure. So yeah, I'm gonna do a little episode, a couple of different pre-recorded episodes here. They kind of just just give a little analysis on something that I think was kind of an interesting perspective or interesting topic. I think that keeps getting brought up quite a bit lately, and it's an interesting topic that was related to the clinical conversation that we had earlier. So hopefully you'll look forward to that. And hopefully look forward to the preview for our FA Cup game tomorrow. Or it's not, the game's not tomorrow, the game's Sunday, but we'll do the preview on Saturday. And yeah, Lee, I think I heard Lee come back to the mic. You there?
Yeah.
Anything you wanted to talk about real quick before we bounce?
Just hope Sunday goes okay and we don't pick up any knocks. I think maybe McConnell might have done enough to get another go after this showing against PSV. Maybe not, because if Joe and Giroud can play at centre back, that releases Endo into midfield, and if Jones is available, might be Endo, Jones, and Elliott. We might pay them that much respect that we go like that, because it is an away game. Don't forget. What league are they in? Second? It's which one are they in? Which league are they in? Plymouth? Is it?
They're in League One.
League One. Okay, yeah, a League One team away from home. It's not as simple as all that. Like, so we might not see McConnell. But I'm hoping we see Chiesa, because hopefully he's got that PSV performance. I'm going to say out of his system, but let's hope he's recovered. Is a better way to put it. Better words to use. Let's hope he's recovered and we can see Chiesa again for a full match, because we're all dying to see it, aren't we? And is Dan's
down
gone
in
on?
Pirate Country.
Dan's has gone on loan, hasn't he now?
Yeah, gone to Sunderland.
Yeah, okay. So might see Jota, might see Jota start the match. Even though I'm not sure though, with it being that type of game away in the FA Cup to a lower league side, maybe we shouldn't play Jota.
Yeah, it'd be good to see. I mean, they're at the bottom of the championship, so
They've never been a big side.
Yeah, they're at the very bottom. With surprising with Luton. I can't believe Luton's so far down. That's a shame.
Yeah, that is pretty poor.
Luton and Derby are down there. But but yeah, they're at the bottom of the table. And I agree. I understand Diego might not be something that you want to risk seeing him in a game like that. But yeah, you can't wrap him in bubble wrap. You gotta put him out there, get him some match day fitness and get him ready for those games. So
wasn't he against PSV? Thought he was good against PSV. McConnell did well, so we might well see him. Like,
well, yeah, losing Dan's changes the whole scenario, doesn't it?
It does.
Like,
yeah.
if Dan's is here, it's like, oh well, we do Dan's. It's an easy answer, right? Oh, it's been away. It's third round. Blah blah blah. Start Jaden Dan's. But now that we've gone, it's like, no, it doesn't matter what game. It's either going to be Darwin or Diaz or Jota. We're probably starting one of our main guys.
Probably play Diaz left, maybe Darwin middle, and Chiesa right. Could be the thing.
My guess would be, without one go, I bet what I think he will do is he will make changes at the back, changes in the midfield, but he'll go with a relatively strong front three. So the front three would be like a Chiesa, Diaz, Jota, Chiesa, Darwin, Jota, something like that. I think that's the way I can see it happen. Because we've kind of gotten rid of all our kids up front.
In playing teams like this away and at Anfield, when you're at this stage of the competition, it's two completely different things, really. Like, it'd be a tight little ground. I'm sure their fans would be up for it. So, it's going to test us. That's what you want, isn't it? It's going to test our players that haven't played for a while.
Good way of doing it. I think it's a good way of doing it. Make your changes at the back and midfield. Stick a couple of your top boys up front. Make sure you
Yeah,
get the job
yeah.
done.
I
There you
think
go.
that's what
That to me, I like that way of doing it.
yeah.
We shall see. We shall see. We'll get a more, consensus take on it tomorrow. I'll save my. I have a team already picked out for tomorrow, but I will save that for tomorrow's episode. Anything else you guys want to talk about? Make sure, because it is Friday. So,
Anyone in the chat? Anybody quickly? Anything that Red Armchair? Any topics? Notice. I just thought that Man City thing was. Oh, here we go again. More of this bullshit. So
no, that's I appreciate you bringing that up because I think it is BS. I think that Manchester City are you got rid of Roman. Now you have Manchester City being the thorn in everyone's back in this league as being troublemakers for the league, and that's a shame.
Just stop oil. Money.
Money. If Kelleher and Yados leave, we need a third keeper. I don't know if we do or not. I don't know if we do. I don't think Yaros is going to stay because he's not in. I think Yaros thinks he can start somewhere. He is in his last year. Kelleher definitely does not want to be our second string keeper. I think what it'll mean is you'll probably see an emphasis on either an Adrian type goalkeeper being selected, or even more so probably just the emphasis of bringing in a young goalkeeper that ends up being our third keeper. It is taking a risk, but I think that's what they'll probably end up doing, is just trying to promote from within or do something of the likes. Because how often do you see Ardos play? So,
Oh yeah, Dable. No, I'm not sure what the comment was. I'm not sure if I misheard it, but like, if Yaros and Kelleher leave, that would be our second and third choice keeper. Oh yeah, so if Kelleher, we need a third choice keeper, as Red is saying. Yeah, so if Kelleher left, Kelleher is our number 2. Mama comes in. That means I don't know. Who knows? We don't know what's going to happen with Mama and Ali. So let's just say they're 1 and 2. But if Yaros did leave, and I think we let Pitaluga leave, yeah, we would need either an Adrian or, unless there's someone I don't know about in the.
I think
in the
Pitaluga
kitchen.
is leaving too.
Yeah, he's definitely. Yeah, I could see a change. Yeah, we will. If our second and third choice leave, then yeah, I think we will replace the third choice, because Pitaluga is gone. We've replaced. That would be an interesting one, Mama and Ali. What happens there? If Ali stays, I don't see any reason why Mama. Here you go. You just take the number 1 shirt. No,
Nah,
see that.
he won't be number 1 for at least a
No.
year. Yeah, I think it's going to be Ali.
Unless something we
It'll
don't
be-
see out of left field and Ali leaves in the summer.
Yeah,
It will
but
be
he doesn't want to go.
Mama would be first choice in my mind.
It will be interesting to see what happens, because you're right. I believe that loan deal was a 2-year loan deal.
To Valencia? No, I think it's just the one. I believe
No, just
12.
one.
Just the one, and he's back next this summer.
I'll double check.
But it depends, really. I mean, there's a possibility also, again, with Yaros and whatever. They could, they might just say, look, Slot or Hughes say, look, Ali's still on number 1. he can stay on loan for another season maybe and come back. You know, that could be a small possibility.
Yeah.
Yeah, changes in the background. There'll be a lot of small kind of changes as well.
Mm-hmm.
Little bits and pieces here and there, but yeah, if Yaros goes, Pelu's gone. Who's that young kid though? I know there is. We've always got a young kid, but there's definitely a
There is
young
another
kid.
one. Oh, you're right. Harvey Davies.
There is one.
Yeah.
What's the name? Sorry,
Davies, right?
Davies. Is that the
Yeah.
guy? Yeah, I know there's one that's kind of, as always, we have highly rated
And he
youngsters
has
out.
he has he has
Looking to
been
have-
on. He hasn't played, but he has been selected for
Subs.
for the subs bench.
Yeah, we always have one. So. Excuse me, yeah, and Coppa. So, yeah, this guy Mrozek or right, that guy as well.
Yeah, I remember that he got selected. So that's maybe that's the reason why he is being groomed to
I
be
think
the
it's
third
Adam.
goalkeeper.
Is that Adam Mrozek? Is it?
What's that?
No, Coppa. I can't think. Mrozek, that guy. It's Adam Mrozek. Is it? He's one of our younger.
Yeah. Keep Yaros for another year at least.
Yeah, look, it's someone in that third choice keeper. I prefer to have a veteran, an Adrian type, but because they're mainly there for kind of backup and training and all that. So I prefer to have a veteran guy, but
very hard. Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't be at all surprised if we find out next summer that we just signed some kind of 32-year-old highly experienced international for $2 million as our third choice kind of thing, or we go with young kid.
I think Harvey Davies will be, considering Harvey Davies, when you go to Liverpool, when you go to liverpoolfc.com, they have their roster or the players that are on the senior team, and Harvey Davies is listed in as a goalkeeper, as the fourth choice goalkeeper on the list. So
yeah, he's on the list. Yeah.
So that's definitely
No, I'm just saying, but my preference for the third choice is the older player because
like the Adrian style player.
Yeah, your second choice is the younger kid. I like that, and then but your third choice is that guy that knows he's not going to play all the time. He's happy with that, it's that special kind of character you need.
Sure.
But yeah, no, we'll sort it out. I'm not worried. We've got Ali and we've got fucking Mamrashvili. We're cool. We are absolutely cool.
Cool like the Fawns. So, all right. Goalkeeper version of Endo, basically. Red Armchair supporter saying.
Perfect. Yeah, perfect. That's what your third choice.
Very well put. Very well put.
Experienced, international, 31, 32. Perfect.
Yep. Well, we will be back tomorrow, same time, same place, and we will be getting into the preview for this Plymouth matchup, where we'll be traveling to their stadium's called the Home Park.
Home Park, yeah, Home Park. That's it.
So, big up, appreciate that, Red Armchair supporter, and we also appreciate everyone else that joined us today. Whether you're joining us live or even if you're joining us on the replay, appreciate it. Please do leave a comment. Please leave a little bit of a say of what you thought of the episode, or maybe if you thought something that you want us to maybe bring up in the next episode, or even if it's something that's that you just want to comment and give praise or critique on. Whichever it is, please do leave a like as well if you can. And also be sure to tell a friend to join us and join you, hopefully, in watching us do our thing here, which is, as always, speaking about our Reds. So would you like to say your final words to the people? We'll go Brian Lee, and then Milante.
Thanks everyone for being here, and thanks for the kind words. And see you all again tomorrow.
Okay. Lee?
Yeah, thanks for your contributions, everybody. Let's keep this going now. Full steam ahead. Home Park, then Goodison Park, then the Etihad Park.
There you go. There you go. Milante. There you go. Recognize the badge.
Big up everyone, chat. Again, I will just end this to big up to the most of the hosts, 12th man, the man with the can, the frying plan, all the way in Arizona, catching the can. Big up Lee, Scouser Lee. He's in the cities. He's in Anfield, man. He'll get into the block. He'll get into row F of Anfield near the Kenny Dalglish stand with the latest reports. Lee, big up Brian, the Irish man. He can debate you till the tree cows come home. But he's a man of principle, a man of trust, a man of truth. Brian, big up. And big up the chats. And the chats, I will just leave you in the words of our illustrious ex-manager. Well, 12, we played the game, and Sobol, two Nunes, beautiful, yeah. Good night.
Good night, and God bless. And may we say to everyone, continue to take care of yourselves as well as take care of your loved ones in your life. It's very important because it makes a huge difference in not only your life and their life, but certainly your life as well when you do so. And also, might I add, up the Reds, people, up the Reds as always. We'll see you tomorrow. And as always, take care.